do it.
Oh my gosh, that tea, can we say that you guys are moving to New York and you're getting an apartment together?
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
God.
roommates.
Welcome back to Just Trish, and no, it is not 2019, it is 2023, and we are here with Tana Mongeau and Jeff Wittek.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Oh my God, I can't.
My heart rate is through the roof right now. I'm so nervous coming in here.
Never been so nervous. I've never been so nervous. That's why I'm so glad you're here, Tana. Because when you texted me, my heart sank, and in like not a good way, not like a fluttery way, and like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, I associate us with drama, and I'm trying to be drama free these days, but I just don't think this episode is going to be drama free.
It's definitely not.
We're cool. We're all cool. We brought Tana as sort of a mediator to sit in between us, but look at how we sat, you know?
Mediator. Yeah, this is crazy because I do just want to say on the record, if beef ever went down between the two of you, I love you so dearly, Jeff, but I'm Trisha.
I understand.
No
Fair
way,
enough.
really? Because you guys are like tight.
But
Well, I was saying
she's
in the
about
car that,
this,
like,
you know?
you
Look
could-
where we're at. Your house is unbelievable, by the way. The pink
Thank
Rolls
you.
Royce outside is gangster.
Thank you so
It's
much.
It's incredible.
It's a fun vibe out here. Well, we're far from LA, so we get more bang for our buck. Like, where you live is probably the cost of this house for your apartment.
Really? No
Probably
way.
the mortgage and the rent is probably the same. I'm not kidding. My Palazzo apartment rent was more than my mortgage here.
Really?
My mortgage is less. I pay $10,000 at the Palazzo, and my mortgage is less here.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
This is the goal. We're like pulling up here. We're like, this is what we want to be. You know, like
100%.
we're the same age pretty much, but like
Yeah.
where you're at in life, you just had a baby, beautiful child, Malibu.
Thank you.
And you have this beautiful home. It's great. I'm proud of
Beautiful
you.
marriage.
Staying out of drama. Well, I don't know if you're staying out of drama or not.
I
'Cause
am for the most part.
You are.
This has kind of sucked me back into drama. Tana has sucked me back into drama. I said something about someone and I got like, oh my God, canceled. I was like, oh, it was a long time ago. I don't remember. And they're like, how dare you not remember? And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Our
Like,
podcast was so good. It did kind of like stir the pot a little bit, but it was so we've decided that we're going to be recurring guests on each other's podcast for
Yes.
the rest of life. And
I'm so honored for that. I was just like, oh my gosh. No, but you guys as a duo are kind of everything right now, but you're like not dating.
not at all.
and
I
you
don't
put us
believe
in
it.
this chair together too. That's going to be hard to
You said that.
people
You're like,
believe that.
no,
Yeah.
but there's just no way. You guys are together everywhere. You even said something so sweet on a text. You were just like, I was like, oh, I love like your guys' friendship or whatever. You're like, yeah, she's like a real one. Like, I'm so glad like I found her like through all this or whatever.
I said she's incredible.
Yeah,
I am lucky that I found her. And
And
speaking
that's what
of
you
that,
said. I'm lucky that I found her. That's romantic to me.
yeah. Well, you saw it all happen. You saw like my majority of friends. You know that changed up a lot, and I found her perfect time. You know, she got me out of the house because I don't want to do shit. But I reached out to you. I hit you up because of your guys' podcast. I was like, you spoke so nicely of me, and you always really have. You know, maybe there were some times, you know, there in the beginning that things got a little ugly, but we were on opposite sides, you know?
Yes.
So all is fair in love and war, you know?
But that's okay. We're gonna talk about it, but that's what always kind of got me is because like I never considered us opposites because we barely knew each other. You came in right at the ending of my little time there, so I was kind of shook that like you did not like me so much. Like I was kind of like, okay, I get it. Like I'm not in the group anymore, but I was like kind of shook by it all.
Yeah.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I was drinking the
Do
Kool-Aid,
you
which
think?
is
Is it like cult vibe? Because like
no,
you were
I'm
always
just
nice to me.
I'm just a loyal friend. Like when I'm with my boys, if they have like an ex-girlfriend or something that like you don't even listen to their side of the
So
like you're
embarrassing.
just like fucking yeah, I'm gonna ride with my boys. You know,
Yeah.
we could talk about the Starbucks situation and all that, but we're gonna do 2 episodes. I want some stuff from mine
okay.
later. I kind of want the Starbucks because that's such a funny story to me now. How
Okay,
you
we
pumped
can
you
save it
pumped
for
me out of
yours.
Starbucks. You remember you played.
Did you
my
like
God.
run? I know you wanted for
That's
yours,
not
but
that's not the case. We're gonna get to the bottom of that. Since I put out an apology
he's gonna
video
hit me right now.
to you.
I was so aggressive about it too. Like we can go into the detail, but I was like so at the time I was just so unhinged. Like I've never been more unhinged in my life. There was a time I think, oh my God, I
Well,
don't
what
even,
changed? Why are you not unhinged anymore? Is it the baby?
well, I went to a couple mental hospitals that year, and then I got rehab. Like I went to a facility for like mental health, like recovery. So I got treated for borderline. I started doing like actual therapy because I never was in therapy prior to that. And then yeah, I mean when I met Moses, I mean I was still heavily on drugs, you know. But
Oh, my bad, Moses. I forgot to give you credit there too. You know.
But no, he saved me. Like love saves you. I truly believe that. Like when you like someone really loves you, like he made like I quit cold turkey. Like I was heavy into Xanax when I met him, like, I was just blacked out every night. And then, like, when he proposed, I was like, I should probably, like, get my, like, shit together and stuff like
Wow.
that. So
Wait, that's so sweet.
That's like us right now.
That's
you
so
know?
true.
who's who? Who's the Moses and who's the Trisha?
What do you think?
I don't
mean,
know.
look, this is basically, what's the age difference between you two? Am I allowed to ask that?
10 years.
Because this is
Really?
like
Yeah, exactly, I think.
you
you
look
are
so good. I'm
evolving. Like
fucked.
you evolve into this. Like, you know what the Pokemon?
That's the goal.
When you have like
That's the absolute main goal. I keep saying that to her always.
Even I saw a podcast where you said she was going to be Jennifer Coolidge in the future, and people always tell me that. They're like, you're Jennifer Coolidge now. I was like, okay, thanks.
wow,
but
no, that's the main one. That's like
she's the ultimate.
like
She's the final boss.
what is it? Charizard becomes like it starts off with the baby one and then Charmander and
God,
then
I feel so bad for all the
yeah.
girls and gays watching this.
Oh my
I don't know
God,
what I'm
I
talking
know.
about either.
I know nothing. I just know everyone called me Jinxie, and that's all I know. We can edit a picture of Jinx somewhere. It's like a Pokemon with big lips and blonde hair.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that's probably
yeah,
not too
I
bad.
don't know. But
Something's there. Tana, Trisha. It's both.
double T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Honestly, no, she's always been way ahead of me. She's always been way ahead of me as far as just like accomplishments. Also like maturity. Like you've always been. That's why I've just like always loved you. So with our not even beef with the thing that happened with us in like whatever the vlog squad days, it was like so annoying because you were so young, and I was just like, people were trying to be like, oh, Trisha's jealous of. I'm like, no, I'm like, this creepy old man is like hitting on this like young girl. I was like, I'm trying to like save her because you know what I mean. Like I just saw so much of like me, but a lot of girls, you know, that grow up like the way whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just so like disgusted by it. And that's like really what ended it all, which is in a way I'm like so thankful for. So would you guys ever like, okay, let's say, when do you want to get married by?
I mean, I should have probably already been. I'm ready to have a kid now. Like, I really want to have a kid, but I don't want to go through I mean, I do want to find a partner that I love, and it is my one, but it's just not easy,
So, okay, so you guys, how far age apart are you? You're 34, you're 20.
33. You always do that too.
Sorry,
You're like,
so-
even when we were beefing, you always add on like 2 years. You're like, oh, he's still
That's
doing
a funny
YouTube, isn't he?
bit.
Like 35. And
Yeah.
like, just those
People
little
do that
like,
to me, so.
if you just add on a couple more years, you get away with it.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's close, But it is.
Okay, 33. No, you're right. I just did a whole TikTok about people like aging me, like using my age as like a insult. Like, what are you, 40? And I was like, I'm 35 and I've been on YouTube for 17 years making a lot of money. So like, F you. You know what I mean? Like, I get you.
Yeah.
I do that to a lot of people too.
They round it up.
Yeah, that was old trash. Like, sorry, like slipped back in. But I really did think you're going to be 34 this year.
I will be, yeah.
In December. I looked
You
you
can
up.
just say it. You could say it. Whatever.
I just want you to know
I'll
where
call
I was
you
coming.
40 for the rest
And you're
of my
25,
life.
but you're so mature. You're so stable. Because I saw on your guys' podcast on Jeff FM that you guys were talking about having a baby,
Platonically.
co-parenting.
Yeah.
We say a lot of wild stuff on the internet.
Me like fully down. I'm so down.
I feel like it's real though.
No, I mean that I think was just us.
Wait, so you were
reaching. Well, right now you're probably my best like girlfriend. Yeah, you are for sure, 100%.
But is there love? Is there like, are you guys like, you guys love each other?
That's wild. That's a
friend.
good compliment. You're my best girlfriend,
That's really sweet.
and even like guy friend too, probably.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
that I
both.
think about it.
Don't misgender.
and
me.
she's so loaded. I mean, that always helps. You know what I mean? It's so hard to find someone that's not a gold digger.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You
I've
know,
been really
and
like,
Tana is like the sugar daddy. You know
It's
what I
so
mean?
you could literally have this mic, and this could be your show with a T on it and everything. Like,
We're
we
the same
should-
person.
Actually, we have a second T. We should have put the bling T on her. We have two of them.
Oh,
we should have
stop
done
it.
it.
Love
Yeah, we
you.
could have been the co-host.
So when I watched your guys' episode and I came up, you spoke very nicely and you said you would consider having me on. And I've always thought about reaching out to you because our last, like even when I was gonna like text you, you just scroll up a little bit and it's just such violent, wild shit.
Oh,
we
is
were
it still
saying to
there?
each other.
Mine's
say
not
to each
there.
other?
Mine's not there anymore.
I didn't even want to look because I was just like cringing at it, like, damn.
Well, I
this-
think the last word is you threatening me, be like, you're a little rat, and I'm gonna like get you a rat or
But
something.
don't look. Things
take
have
it
changed. We're
seriously.
here. We're friends now. Look, we stopped this, and I want to get that out of the way. Like, look, there's a reason why I'm here. You've always spoke like you've had my back. You spoke the truth, and I used to think you were batshit crazy, and that's just
I was.
That's just how it is with that group. When you have somebody that's exiled, it's like, oh, they're batshit. That's why they need
it's
to get out
crazy
of
to
here.
think that they
Crazy.
still like that's still a
I know,
thing too.
it's wild,
so like
but-
childish and.
But they're not a thing anymore. They're dissipated, right? No one talks about. They're not around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even say the name because it's like nobody even knows. But
Right. We'll bleep out. Oscar bleep out vlogs. Just bleep.
yeah, I don't really care. But
I'm the same way.
you've always just, like, you just spoke the truth. you had something that you knew that was a big secret that I was keeping from everybody. And not like I was paid off to keep it a secret. I just wanted to keep it a secret because I was embarrassed. But that story needed to come out. And if not, I'd be in such a worse spot now. Like even, this guy made his episode where he blamed this shit on me and I saw his true colors, and that happened like right at the end of the statute of limitations to even do anything, to take action and to get like rightfully, we're fighting it out in court right now, but to get that, like I needed that, and that was because of you. You opened my eyes, you opened my eye to
Your
all
eyes
this.
look great now, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just I was shocked. I'm still, to this day, it's the most, even watching all this last night, your eye looks great. I didn't know how you were going to look in person because I haven't seen you. I didn't know. I don't know.
What would you say if it didn't? Ooh.
I don't know. I wouldn't say anything, but it looks great. It looks amazing. So
Thank
your
you.
surgeries look great. No, when that all happened, and I'm still so shocked that he's just like, fine, like everyone just loves him, calling you a clout chaser. I'm just like, this person, like watching that accident is like.
Is that true? I don't see that.
What?
But I don't really follow anything.
No, I think you had said, I watched a podcast where you said that someone said you were doing this for clout or something.
He did. He said that.
Oh, so he did. Okay,
Good.
that's what I say.
Yeah,
So that's why I was like, wait, how did this get flipped on you? Because if there is like one clear victim and like victimizer, it's you and David. Like, how is it just like swept under the rug? Like no one talks about it. Like it's not a thing.
I did keep a lot of things quiet. Like I didn't. At first we were boys, so I wanted to, have his back. But when I realized, like, oh shit, in this documentary with Casey, he's blaming me for this shit. He's blaming the victim, the girl. That was essayed by Dom. He's just like coming off like, yeah, no, people just did this for attention. I'm like, how delusional are you? But that's what this game does. People get such an inflated ego from social media that they think that they are on a higher level than other people. And I think he's just believing his own lies. And people around him know the truth. Like I know they can't fucking live with those feelings. They're probably fucking thinking about it all night. Like I knew it. I picked the wrong side. You know who I'm talking about. You know exactly.
Do you not talk to any of those people that were there that day?
No, not really. Like I saw Matt King in the gym. He was nice. He was like, I'll come on the pod. He wouldn't. That was cool. He
would
said
never.
it, but he said he would. I respect that if he said he would. I didn't follow up, but maybe I will.
Matt has been the nicest one of the group. I always like Matt.
He's a really nice guy.
He's a smarter one. And Mike Sheffer, I hung out with him recently.
Oh, I don't even know him. When did he come in? Must have been after me.
Yeah, I think so. He wasn't like a main character or anything, but he's like.
Isn't that crazy? How it's like real life, but like we're like characters. Like people are like characters in this like saga. It's like so crazy.
Yeah,
like
someone was asking me about that last night at dinner. They were like, "You were good friends with David," and I was like I was around him a lot, but like genuinely, that's what it felt like. I was like a character
for sure.
It's like there was never once like a "How's your day" or anything like that, or
Yeah, it was never real. Between any of them, they know the deal. They know
with
how it is.
you too. You don't think it was real?
I also saw Jason in the gym. Did we not say his name either? I don't know.
We can bleep it.
Okay.
It's fine. No, I don't care.
What did you say, creepy old man before?
Yeah, you can use that term.
I saw him in the gym.
I literally never think about him. He does not exist, but we can talk about him.
I saw him at the gym, and he's just like, he came up and he was like, being nice and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'll be civil back, because like he wasn't even there that day. He left. He went to go to the bathroom or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had like a stomach problem, so he didn't even see it go down. But I just told him, I was like, you know how it is. The kid's fucking stunted. He'll never believe anything that he did anything wrong.
You said that in person? Mm-hmm. What did he say?
Yeah.
He agreed?
It's like, yeah, you're
Damn.
right.
So fake though. I hate that. I hate when like they agree, but it's like I always say this. You can like love someone and be friends with someone, but still admit they did something effed up. Like you don't have to be defending him, being like I remember watching that episode of Views and then like talking about it and being like, Jeff wanted to do it. We have the DMs. Like
that was
like,
a real podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I was like, okay, so this is what he's gonna spread. This is what he's gonna try to do. Okay, so I'm happy that you put out everything. At the time, I was like terrified of it. I was like, how the fuck is she doing this to me? She's ruining my life. But really deep down inside you were giving me a push in the right direction.
Well, I'm glad because sometimes I do it like out of anger, but especially back then I just like I was just so upset that they got away with so much stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, this is something insane. And I said that like in 2018, I was like, something serious is going to happen. Someone's going to die. And it's like, whatever. And then like.
I get tagged in edits. And then it's like the song starts playing, the drop comes and I'm like swinging around.
Oh my God. No, but that's what's crazy. It's on video. It's like, there's no clear thing than like David driving this and you just like literally almost like being decapitated. Like, it's insane that people like even argue. Like, what is the argument that it wouldn't be his fault?
I asked him to do it before. Hey, can you fucking, spin me super fast? Like, fucking, like, I don't know what they thought that would be believed or whatever, but it's just like, there's still stuff that I can't wait to say, but I want to have like that Johnny Depp Amber Heard live stream trial. I want to hold things for that too, because there's a lot of like criminal acts that will put people. You want to be a fucking citizen and you're doing the shit that people don't even know about. I can't wait. I can't do it here right now because there's still like stuff going on, and I even I have a lot of people helping me on my case and stuff like that.
It's better to do it that way.
Yeah. They're like, absolutely don't talk about it. You're not supposed to do social media even. They were like, don't do social media. But I was like, you know what? This is what I care about. This is what I do, not even just for the money. So I'm going to continue doing this.
Yeah.
That I need to get what I need from that. So I'm going to keep going.
Well, it's like your story. It was made public, whether you wanted to or not. It's like made public. The video was circulating before you ever said anything about it. That's how I found out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was already out there. So I think talking about it is fine. And I think you're doing the right thing, because so many people on social media just like, it just becomes a shitstorm and nothing gets done about it. And I'm just like, why don't people like press charges and do stuff? Because some people are criminal. Like, I don't believe in like cancel culture, but the people who do like criminal acts and like actually like literally like almost took your life and other things. I mean, they did a ton of criminal acts. They've done a ton of stuff. And I've been in this place now where I'm like, it's not my place to say. Or like the girls with the alcohol or whatever, for so long I was like, well, I don't want to say it until like someone else tells their story, but I'll corroborate it all day long. I know other shit that happened, but it's like not my story to tell, and if someone's not ready to tell it, then it's like you can't force it,
Where was this energy back when I was on the show and you're like, didn't you get your fucking eye popped out by a crane by him?
I know. I was so angry.
I can never go back and watch that.
I can't either.
That was...
No,
my
I'm sorry.
9/11.
Seriously?
It was your 9/11?
Yeah.
Why'd you look me dead in the eyes when you said that?
You just always joke about it, but...
9/11 or your eye?
Both.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah, but...
No, I'm sorry for that.
No, don't be. I'm telling you, thank you. Not many people were riding for me, and I was sticking to my friends. I was sticking to that group, and I was like, no, we're going to make things right. We're going to make things right. And then you guys put it out there, and then we got in a back and forth, and I had a realization. I was like, wait... There's a victim, a real victim here, this girl who didn't want to be spoken about. She didn't want to be known. She wanted to be anonymous. And she came out and said her thing, and everybody else was like, she's a liar. She's just doing this for clout. And I realized they were doing that to me, too. And I was like, wait, there's a pattern here. You are going through shit. They're like, oh, she's bad. She's just crazy. She's in the hospital, mental hospital. You weren't helping the case because you actually did get 5150'd.
Yeah.
And like, even me, I'm like, wow, maybe she is just crazy.
But I've always said, like, I mean, at least in my opinion, it's like someone could be going through some stuff and going through whatever, but that doesn't mean you're not speaking.
Like there's times where like
Yes.
I feel like I've been pushed to this by this crazy life. People can't really understand unless they're in your shoes. So
yeah, ultimately, like I take responsibility for it. But that whole year that I was in that group, I from 2017 to 2019 when I ended up in mental hospital, I never did any drugs. They always would say, oh, she was always on drugs. I was like, I never took. I didn't take a sleeping pill. I took nothing. I never drank like nothing. I never took any drugs that time. The only time I started doing drugs was after all that happened.
Yeah,
and so
to again, numb the pain.
Yeah. So of course, I mean, but they also made up a bunch of stories about me that I found out later on weren't true, but they were told to me like this happened, you did this. Oh, you were high, you didn't know. So in my head, I'm like, well, I'll take responsibility for it. Like shit, I don't want this out
crazy.
there.
Gaslighting. I didn't even know what gaslighting means. She had to teach me.
I didn't either.
She was like, you were being gaslighted. This person's gaslighting you. And I'm like, oh shit, now I'm using that word.
No, I'm same. I think gaslighting's like overused, but there was so many instances where like you did this, so own up to it before we like go to the police. But I'm like, okay, if I really did this, there would be a police report. There would be news reports about this. You know what I mean? Like crashing into someone's house. I'm like, that would be all over the news.
And there'd be a hole in the house, right?
Thank you. So I mean, I don't know. That was out of my mind, so I don't know like back then, but I'm like pretty sure that like didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think you'd remember.
I definitely remember. I remember the craziest stuff when I was on meth. Like I remember that was my year of it. I remember all of it. You know what I mean? So a lot of it, not all of it. So I don't know. It's kind of strange. Why did you stand by David like, after that accident? Were you just like, okay, it was just like an accident, like you were friends?
I'm a very loyal person, and I know people make mistakes. And at the time I was like, oh, he just made a mistake, But deep down inside, we all know how he really is. And he's never happy with a shot until he gets what he wants, where he like fucking switches it up and does like an extra thing, And they had filmed for 6 hours that day, the whole day, filming the same shot over and over again. He wasn't happy. So when I got on there, I didn't realize he had a different motive. He wanted to go fast, fling me off, like some shit like that. So...
You didn't know? He didn't say.
And at the time, like afterwards, I was like, well, it's a fucking accident. Accidents happen. I didn't realize how hurt I was. I didn't realize I was going to live with these injuries. You know, I thought I would heal up like a black eye. I've been jumped before. I had my face smashed up where it looked worse than that situation. Well, not really, but close. You know, I was just like, this will heal up. I'll have some scars, but it is what it is, whatever, you know. And it wasn't until the next day or a few days later when I got out of the hospital and he gets a phone call from Kourtney Kardashian and he was like, look at what this guy did. Like, I was like, what I fucking did? And I didn't say anything. I bit my tongue at that moment.
The day after?
And also, I'm processing all of this. You know, my life has changed. My life has changed. I live with this shit. Nobody else, you know? So when I when I saw that that's how he was going to play it off, I was like, oh, so he's not going to take responsibility for this shit. He's going to try to blame me. And I'm the one in the clip that if that video ever comes out, I look like an idiot because it looks like I signed up to do this shit. Like, what the fuck? If I saw that, I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck were you thinking? You know?
Yeah, but even if you did sign up, even if it was your idea, all this stuff like that, like Jackass, like he should have had like insurance, paramedics, someone driving it, not him. I didn't know he was driving it at the time. Like I saw the thing and I just thought it was like an excavator person driving it. Like I had no idea it was David. I'm like, why? Why on earth would he do that? Like honestly, he's, in my opinion, and I'm not a medical professional, I think he's a psychopath. Like that's crazy. Like who would ever do that?
Yeah, we were just listening to a song on the way here. What's the lyrics, Tana? What's the lyrics? How does it go? If everyone else around you is crazy, you're the one that's insane. Yeah. You know, Jay-Z. He's always right.
Oh yeah, you have the New York, you have the LA. That's kind of controversial right here. I like that.
Jay-Z and Beyonce right here of YouTube.
Oh my God.
I like that. I can see that.
I think it's the Kourtney Kardashian thing. Like he just called her and she was like with like Rain Disick and Mason and he was like, look at his eye.
I don't know if she FaceTimed him. I was out of it. I was on drugs and shit, but I just remember.
You think you're making this up right now?
Don't fucking do this.
Were you gaslit?
No, I'm just low key and off. I'm sitting here. I'm like, but you wanted it, right? Like, I just like.
But I remember that happening, and then like we went back to the Airbnb, and they stayed there. Like we were waiting until I was able to travel back to LA, and I just started thinking about it. I started like feeling things out, and then we took a drive together, and I was like, yo, look, that's not how it's gonna go. Like, I won't sue you. 10 out of 10 people would, but I'm not gonna. Just don't fucking try to do shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess he took that and twisted it in the podcast as like, oh, it was Jeff's idea. You know, that's what he said to me in the car was, don't ever tell anybody that I asked you to do this, you know? You fucking delusional.
Gosh.
You know, and like the shit in the hospital when he was the only one allowed in because it was COVID time, like he's screen recording the DMs. I sent him a meme of an excavator before that and he like screen recorded that and put it in the podcast. Like, look, he had sent me this. Like, yo, you sick fuck, you're in there. I'm thinking that you're the one that cares about me, that I bring you in, and you're in there wiping the fingerprints off the gun, like already making an alibi for yourself and making evidence. Like from day one, they had a plan, and I could explain that to you. Like that's the stuff that I want to leave out from the lawsuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild. When it comes out, I hope it does. You know, I hope it does come out.
What is the status of the lawsuit now? Can you like say that or no?
Yeah, he tried to just reject it, dismiss it. Yeah, he tried to get it dismissed twice. The first one was, you said I was doing it for clout. The second one said I was his employee and I can't sue because I worked for him, which is insane.
That should be even more actually because
no. Nobody was ever getting paid. The goal was,
yeah, that's true.
You just all film together and you get exposure. You build your own shit, or if you just really dick ride and do stupid shit, maybe you'll get a car. You know?
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
I was trying for the car.
It's a crazy.
I got nothing.
Well, look at us now. Everyone fell off but us. We're the only ones doing shit. We're the only ones that still have a career that could actually make money ourselves.
That is very true. Well,
we don't have to make sure someone else is happy to make sure that we're still going to eat the next day.
That's true.
Well,
yeah.
I think he also he probably realized at some point that he fucked up by bringing on people with their own platforms, like more so, or who would go on to make their own platforms, like a Todd or people who are just right under his wing. Whereas like Trisha had her own YouTube channel, millions of subscribers, and could go on and say something like, and you know what I mean? Whereas like a Scotty couldn't do that as easily, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Well, that's why I think, they don't, I don't know what any of them are doing now. I mean, I don't know. They were all nice. Those people, I guess, were fine. But they all, like, when Scott made the video defending David, being like, he's such a nice guy, I was just like, what is, these people are, like, brainwashed. Like, it's a cult. It really is, like, a cult, which is, like, scary.
Yeah, it's the Kool-Aid. I bumped into Liza at Fashion Week in New York.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and she's so sweet and nice.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's like, how the fuck were you mixed up in this? And she feels the same way. And we had a little conversation. I was just saying, like, we could talk for hours and hours, no podcast, nothing.
Yes.
Like, that's just, I mean, what do we talk about?
I think you should fuck Liza. Like, you know what I mean? Like an eye for a girlfriend.
She's
That would be crazy.
yeah, she's special. She's beautiful.
She's very high end though. She's very like
she's
bougie
funny.
now.
She's talented.
She's
She's
so funny,
bougie.
though,
Yeah,
and-
she deserves it.
Yeah, she's super nice.
She
Yeah.
earned it. She made everybody. She made that whole crew. People sometimes I'll see comments are like, "Oh, how could you say this? Like, didn't he give you a career?" I gave him his career. Liza gave him his career. You
Yeah.
know, that's my response. Not
Everybody
I fucking
gave him his
put
career.
him on.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know, like you take all the friends out. Who is the? You know, what are people watching for? Because you're
1,000%.
clever editing. Yeah, you're a good editor. You know.
Yeah.
Stick to that. Stop
Yeah.
trying to drive cranes. Stop trying to do other shit. It's not for you. You know, Liza. I told her I was like, yeah, I kind of slipped up and I was like, yeah, we were all drinking the Kool-Aid, but actually, she made the Kool-Aid. She actually was the one who made the Kool-Aid that David got a hold of, and then he started spreading out, and Liza took off.
Yeah, I know. It was really sad. Liza left like right before, like right when I was in there. I just started like, and I like, oh, I love her. Everyone's so nice and sweet. And then it became so like dark and heavy, and the whole thing became really dark. And David was just always just cold. He's just like a cold person. That's why I didn't know if you ever felt a real friendship for him, because I know I didn't. It was definitely always just.
No, but there were definitely real friendships there, you know.
Okay,
like
so
I
it was
can't,
real for you.
like, yeah, you know, Todd was my boy, Jason was my boy. You know, I had real friends there, you know, so that's why it was tough, like losing all those real friends, and then that's why I was like really saying I was really happy, grateful that I found, you know, her, and I also have Mike. I got, you know, I have different friends that I don't even want to
Matt.
say like impulsive because you probably.
I don't hate them. They're
I
not my
see
vibe.
shit,
I just don't
people,
hate them.
you know.
They're not meant for me, obviously. They seem cool. I think Logan's cool. I don't know.
Yeah. I relate to them more. You know, they're about fighting and stuff like that. They're down to go get in the ring, and you know, I respect. Not,
The Just
not
Trish
mine.
viewers are gonna love this.
Yeah, I could respect that about them. You know, they're more my speed.
Yeah, I get you. You're kind of bro-y.
So
yeah,
broy.
whatever.
Which is
I'll
like,
take
what
it.
is
I'm
the
trying to
love-
change it day by day.
I know, because that's why I love you guys as a duo, because it's so, it like softens you a little bit. Because
Yeah.
without Tana, you're like, you're a rat, I'm gonna come find you. And with Tana, you're like, oh,
Listening
thank you
to
so
Lana
much.
Del Rey. We were listening
Here's
to
the
Lana Del Rey on the way here.
Oh, wait, see, I love that. I think that's what you like need. And you guys
it's
are
good.
like, what, 9 years apart? That's like our age difference. It's like the perfect, because like an
Here
older
she goes.
guy. And
Yeah.
I just think it'll be so cute. And if you have babies, I'm trying to have babies at the same time as Tana, so we can like
we
have little babies
need
together.
to have a baby at the same time. The way I'm talking about it, like we're going to get our nails done. Like, just like we need to have matching nails.
But I feel like you
so
guys
for
are
real.
talking about it, so it might be a real thing. I would never push it on anyone, but since you're already talking about it, I was like, you know, that could be fun.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. It might have been under my nose the whole time.
Would you
know?
do- right, that's
what I
how it
was talking about. I'm
happens.
looking for the one. Maybe she's right here.
Were you guys friends during that era? The like 2018 era?
No, we hated each other. We would,
But did you know? Because I don't remember you guys crossing paths ever. I don't remember seeing you in the same room.
I'm not kidding. Like, no. Like,
I
we
never
would,
realized
we
how
would
funny
talk.
she was until we did the barbershop together. And I was like, oh shit, this girl could really take jokes, dish them back. Like, you know.
She's quick.
But the both of you, it's like, it's almost scary to see a woman that's like
Yeah, God,
so
I know you hate
outspoken and powerful
Ye-
and smart and sharp.
I
you
think
know?
he thought all women were just like in the kitchen
Yeah, I
until
thought
he
they all
met me,
just,
which
like,
is
you know,
really scary.
Or just
seriously.
like you know, a lot of the ones that a lot of influencers too rely, like you said, on other people and stuff like that. And I feel like with Tana, like you've always been like the power blazer, like with you and Jake, with anybody, it's always been Tana's the star, and then like these other people are kind of like
I'm
side-
leeching
You're
off
so
her.
nice to me.
Yeah, I'm just leeching off her.
Well, no, you guys are a good duo.
At the end of the day,
I think it's mutually beneficial.
you can set up a camera. You two can set up a camera and have the same amount of views as
I
if
was
you
just
had like
actually
the
thinking
biggest
to
guest
myself
on.
though, like it is like David could have never done like a mukbang. Like
Yeah.
No, we had a mukbang and no one cared. Everyone just like, no. Or his podcast, I'm just like, they would be like 38 minutes long. I'm like, why do you have a podcast if you're only talking for 30 minutes? They would do it as quick as possible. They're just like, they were just trying to like get
Because you
it
got
done.
to edit out all the fake shit.
Exactly,
Yeah,
which is a
that's
lot.
true.
That's why his vlogs are like 4 minutes, 20 seconds. But I was just like, I think with you guys, it's like good chemistry too, you know, because it's like that makes a difference. Like Tana is the best guest on any podcast she's on, million
You're so
views.
sweet.
No, you're so entertaining
nice to
and
me.
people love you. But you guys together, because I've seen you with other like guys and I like forget their names, don't know, and then like
Yeah,
see you
me
with
too.
Jack.
Nice.
I know. Sometimes when I was watching Dancing with, were you at Dancing with Stars last night?
I was supposed to go. I was there. Yeah, I was
you
there.
motherfucker.
You were not
See, that's my
TV.
first lie of the podcast. Okay, I wasn't
he
there.
bailed.
You were
Listen,
supposed to go.
so we've been
We'll take
having
that
some
up with
trouble.
Lele,
We've been
you
having
know?
a lot of trouble lately. My life is in shambles. You know the movie Fight Club? You do, of course, right?
Yes.
So you know when the guy's apartment blows up, the narrator, and he just comes home and he sees like his one unit's the one that's burnt out of the building, and he's like, "What the fuck? I guess I'll go start a fight club." No, it's not really that, but kind of.
Okay.
So my apartment just flooded. I lost everything. Everything's done. My podcast set, it's all in shambles. So I'm editing from a hotel. We're trying to get the podcast up and the video, and there's just Wi-Fi in the hotel shit. So I was just stuck like with work stuff yesterday, stressing out. And Lele wanted me to be there so bad, and I promised her I would be there. She had a seat like with my name on it. And
I
my
sent
name
him a
is
photo
spelled-
and he posted it like he was there. This asshole.
Oh, I know. I thought you were, but then I'm like, you weren't next to you and Montana Tucker. I was like, okay, where's Jeff?
I know, yeah. I just wanted to still show support, but I really genuinely couldn't be there, you know. But my mom was even like, "Oh, I see Tana supporting Lele there," and I'm like, "Fuck, I should have been there." So then I just posted it, and Lele left me on scene. I don't know why she still puts up with my shit, you know.
I told her that I
busy.
cussed you out. I was like, I'm so like I was telling her that
She
you
was
should've been
great.
there.
I watched it literally to watch you guys.
It was. Oh, I
That's
love
what
you.
I'm saying. You're like, I mean, I don't know Layla. I mean, I know her. I just don't know her. But and I was like, oh, I want to see if Tana's on tonight. And I
It
was
was
like,
so cool. It was like I just love seeing people do like mainstream shit, you know,
Me
like that. Like it's
too.
just there's something about that always in the influencer space that's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's just the sickest thing ever to me. And like, dude, I was gonna talk to you about this just randomly and send you a voice memo though. We weren't kind of talking about this actually. Harry
Voice
Jowsey
memos.
being on Dancing with the Stars, like.
yes, what?
It's just like he's fucking on OnlyFans and now he's on
No,
Dancing
he
with the
does?
Stars. Yeah. And
What?
I'm so jealous.
Is he having sex on there?
Yeah.
No.
What the fuck?
I don't know if he still is, but I know at one point he had this like sex tape where he was like in a shower and you could like it was like through the glass, you could like barely see it. We did an OnlyFans collab. We didn't fuck obviously, but like he does
really?
OnlyFans, you know, and
Like
now he's
hardcore?
on Dancing with the fucking Stars, and I'm so
Okay,
jealous.
I wonder if they know that because Dancing with the Stars, like they've
You might
circled
have
with
just
me
got 'em
before.
fired.
Yeah, because I was like, they found before I did OnlyFans, I had a Patreon where I just posted nudes, and they found nudes, and like, oh, wait, you can't come on because you're nude. So I'm just like, I wonder if they know.
Wait, what? You couldn't go on what? Because you're
So
not-
Dancing
you
with
did
the Stars, yeah. You were
OnlyFans
gonna
before
do-
OnlyFans
They had
existed?
come around.
You were
Yeah.
doing OnlyFans before OnlyFans
Yeah, I
existed?
did a
She
private.
was-
president.
They had private Snapchat. Do you remember that? Everyone had a private Snapchat, and you could charge $100, and
Yeah.
it was a really big thing. And so that's what I did. And then when the OnlyFans came around, I was like, oh, this is like perfect.
Wait, that's so crazy. I didn't know that that's how that all went down. Like that you started on Patreon and then
Yeah.
moved it to there.
Oh, I loved it. I love doing it. Yeah, because I just thought it's like you make so much money, and it's just like so easy. Like you're gonna send nudes to someone anyways. Might as well just post
I've
them and
always
get
said
money.
that.
Yeah, but you don't do honey hardcore, right? You don't.
No.
She don't.
Not
You
yet.
don't show asshole
You don't need to.
or
No. I saved that for you, honey.
Wow.
I've
Wait.
never seen it. I've never seen it.
You're, but one time, you guys.
What are you talking
No.
about?
Had
No.
one? No, it's not? No, I don't believe it.
No.
Can't-
We don't want to screw this up. You know, this is a very good friendship, and we value
Yeah.
that more.
Wait, but
He's
seriously.
gay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it's just
Whoa.
like, if I walk into you, like, sucking one more time.
That's
dude,
what
it's
I
just
tell
like,
her.
you know,
That's what I
it's-
tell
it's
her.
just like,
Have you dated anyone since you guys have been besties?
yeah.
We've been going after each other's friends for a while now, right? Mostly you going after mine.
Wait, which
but
friend
it's
of-
fine.
You
which
need
friend of
federal
yours?
fucking
I wouldn't even
prison.
say friends, employees. You know, like my
What?
plumber. She hooked up with
You're
my
lying.
fucking
Todd Smith
You're
was
making
crazy.
it up.
my landscaper. Yeah, she's my weatherman.
I can't picture it. I can't
See,
picture
you
it.
throw in two lies and one truth, and it's believable. You know, the weatherman was real.
None of that was
really happened.
believable.
I
None
just
of it.
wanted to know a little more about the weather.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah,
No,
the
it's
weatherman's
not real. Jeff had this whole
They
like.
got like 90%. I think they cuddle naked or something.
We didn't cuddle naked.
It was
You, I like that.
no penetration, just
Jeff had
cuddling.
this whole episode. He like really, you were really upset.
got upset
that
about
you
it?
thought I
Had
was
a
hooking
breakdown
up
for
with
like
the
2
weatherman.
months. Yeah,
Were
it
you
almost,
jealous
it
or
jeopardized
just-
our whole friendship. It jeopardized the weatherman's job. Yeah, it was like
What?
a whole bunch of shit.
What was it? Why did it make you angry?
I'm just fucking around. No, I mean, it did make me angry because,
Yeah.
like, I really do value this relationship, this partnership, this friendship. It means a lot to me. Like, I've had so many friends that I've had falling outs with, and I don't want to screw this up. So
Yeah.
when my weatherman starts going after her and they want to have like a romantic relationship, I just know that it'll end bad, and it's gonna make my shit
This also,
awkward.
Jeff is like
you know?
making this so up. Like he's
no,
having
I'm
an
not.
episode.
I'm not.
Did you guys
This
hang
is-
out, you and the weatherman?
Yeah, we still hang out. We're friends.
They cuddle
Separate.
naked.
We
They
didn't cuddle
Not
naked.
bad. A cuddle naked's not bad.
We didn't cuddle naked.
You were in bed, and did his shirt come off?
No.
Did yours?
No.
Has he ever seen you naked?
Maybe online.
That's
Oh,
that's a
okay,
good
that's
point.
not bad.
But whatever, I don't care. She's not going to give us anything. I'll get the weatherman on the next show, and we'll fucking.
Why do I not know him? Is he part of your vlogs?
He's always doing a different character. People know him and they don't even know that they know him because he's always a different person.
You
He's
have
like
so many people in your vlogs. I can't. There's just so many people in the Jeff FM studio. I'm like, I can't keep them all straight.
He
There's
does
so
a weather
many.
segment on the podcast every week, and one
Wait,
day,
what?
he was just talking about the clouds, and I was like, God, I'm so wet.
we do this
I
segment
don't know
where
any of these people, and I watched all your episodes. I don't
we
remember
haven't been doing them
Weatherman.
because after the flood, we actually got hit with a flood. So now we don't have a weather segment anymore because we're not in the studio. But
Yeah, and he's been at my house,
Was he reporting when the flood
weatherman's
happened?
over there. He was. He was actually.
I'm so
Something
confused.
suspicious there. Yeah, so I was just worried about them ruining my shit, like ruining my show, ruining our chemistry. If there's like, oh, don't have the weatherman call in. Like we had a thing, and I don't want it to be weird.
That never, you made all this up.
I did. I might have made. Well, I could predict the future sometimes.
Wait, are
'cause
you a
I've
pathological liar?
No, I listen,
lied like 3 times on this
No,
episode.
she's gonna make me. And there's real shit that I talked about, and I don't want people to.
I know. That's my problem too.
Because now
Yeah,
you're
no, all the
jeopardizing my
David stuff is
other
true.
shit. You did sleep with the weatherman, but you didn't fuck. You stayed in the same bed together, right?
what's
Didn't he
the
sleep over your
difference?
house, or he tried to sleep over and you?
He slept over at my house in a different bed.
You sent him home in an Uber, right? You're like, yeah.
He sent himself home in his own Uber.
Okay, so there was stuff going on. They didn't. Maybe it wasn't like a naked cuddle. Maybe they don't want to admit that.
Well, she's 25. She's gonna be just out there.
He's also a slut. He doesn't talk about that enough.
Are you? Because I thought
That's
you were.
not true.
I saw something you
I
were
just had to
celibate.
come
You're
for
not.
him. Like,
She,
I
that's
got
not,
nervy.
I'm not even worried about that. She knows because I ghost all her friends and then they get mad at me and they call her and then she's like, yeah, he's just mentally
It's
ill.
actually the worst. That is like a thing. Like once every couple weeks, like a girl will be like so in love with Jeff, and then you handle things so poorly, and then they're like asking me like, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't fucking.
Oh, they
know.
ask you. Oh, so you're like in there. You're like a bro with them.
Yeah, we're
you're
really
like a
just friends.
Ring. Oh,
You know.
really? You don't get jealous at all,
No.
and you don't get jealous of her. Well, obviously you do. It sounds
Yeah,
like
I
you were
do
kind
Yeah,
of
it's so embarrassing.
I do big time. I make up other excuses. I'm like, yeah, because it's going to jeopardize our show. No, I'm kidding.
But you do get a little jealous.
No, I don't. Are you kidding
have
me?
no
I'd be
possessiveness, like, if she's
losing
like-
my mind every night. I just picked her up and there was a guy walking out of her
That's
house.
a lie. You just you're insane.
There was. Kyle, who was that guy?
We were gonna ask you, who's the guy with the knife pocket thing on the side?
My security. That was my security.
He's not security. That guy's like Kyle's size.
I know, but he
He
has a
weighs
gun.
140 pounds.
But he has a gun.
A
I know
knife.
everyone tells me to
A
fire him
knife.
because he's little, but I'm trying not to discriminate. He has a gun.
You had a huge security guy when we were there. He was
Yeah.
ginormous, and he was so scary. And I was like, "This is the perfect
Fucked
guy
him
for you."
too. She fucked him.
No,
I'm
my
kidding.
God. You are being so bro-coded
No, I
right
know,
now. This
I
is
know.
why we don't do the impulsive.
I just
You're
look
too
so
bro.
I look so like jealous and bitter right now, but no, I'm kidding completely. We don't get jealous. We're just good friends. We don't fuck each other's friends.
Wow.
I was exaggerating about that. Maybe one or two. You have.
Yep.
You with her?
Okay, let's go through
Why are you
your.
doing this?
Oh yeah. Let's not do
No,
this.
Yeah, this is so straight
what are
right
toxic,
now.
What are toxic couples say? Like, can we just have a good day today?
Yes. Toxic. This is like couples therapy right here. This turned into a whole other thing.
Really,
I know.
yeah,
Is there anything going on in your guys' life that we could talk about?
No,
Like, didn't
we're
you get
here
in
to
that
talk
beef?
about you guys.
Didn't you have like a person on the podcast that was talking about another person and it started drama? I saw T channels talking about you guys lately. Like there was
No. Oh. No. Well, there's no drama.
Jojo Siwa.
Jojo Siwa.
Oh my God. I
What's
used you
her
as the
name?
headlines for that too because everyone was like, well, you texted me. I thought something like so serious happened. You're like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'm like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah,
Well,
let's
I just-
unpack that because I don't know anything about that.
Well, I just like sincerely ride for you, and we just did these whole episodes where I'm saying like Trisha's talked to me a lot about how she like doesn't feel like she's ever had good like girlfriends in the industry, and I think that makes me really sad because she's fucking amazing. And you know, we got into that, and then right after you came on, like a couple days later, I had Jojo Siwa on just like randomly. Like I just wanted her to come on cancel.
she's the
'cause I
mini
saw her-
Pokemon. She's the first.
I
version
saw
of
her
the guard.
on.
Oh yeah, she thinks she'll evolve into Tana.
She'll evolve into Tana, which
Oh my
will
God. No.
eventually evolve
Imagine
into
just
you.
bow on. She's like smoking crack in a couple years. But so I saw her on someone's podcast talking about how much money she made, and I was like, damn, this actually could be interesting to have her on canceled and talk about the empire of it all, and you know, just celebrity secrets and random shit. So I had her on a couple days later, and then I guess she went on Howie Mandel's podcast and
Which is,
went
like,
all
random.
Colleen Core, which is awful. And then that
Yeah.
came out like right before ours came out, and people don't know about like I'm in a contract. I have to do my episodes every week, whatever.
Yeah, of
and then
course.
I didn't know about it until then, and I was like, I had to let you know before anyone. Like,
But even if it was like I said, even if it was like David Dobrik, I'd be like, I don't really care because it's like it's a podcast guest and it's just like for drama, for views, whatever. You know?
Yeah, but had the Howie interview came out before she was supposed to come on canceled, I wouldn't have done the episode, or I would have at least like bought a borderline, asked her about it. Like,
yeah,
you know
it
what
had
I mean?
nothing to do with with me, honestly. I was just like so annoyed with her because it was kind of the same situation like Scotty defending David. It was the exact same thing, like Jojo defending Colleen. When there's like hardcore evidence and facts, like she was kind of basically like everything is lies. And I'm like, no, but there's like facts that this is not a lie. This is an awful person.
There's videos.
Yeah, same thing when Scott was defending David. He wouldn't do this. I'm like, no, but there's like that, and that's used to what really would trigger me, and now I know how to handle my triggers a lot better, so I can like emotional regulate better. But like in the moment, I get so angry because I'm like, how are you defending someone when like so many victims are out there?
And
David, Colleen, all these
it's
stuff.
facts. Like, you know, that's the thing is it's just if there's facts, there's facts, and that it is what it is.
And
like,
calling people liars when there's like facts. I'm like, that's crazy. That's like
I hate that as well. Like I think this comes from like the crazy bitch in us. It's like when someone's accusing you of lying and you're not. That was Todd Smith did that to me, and I had like a whole like it is my trigger because I'm like, why the fuck would I lie about you?
What did he accuse you of lying of?
I was at this Paramount Pictures like Babylon. Paramount's gonna love this.
All you said was he missed hanging out with me or something like that, right? And
No,
that was
no,
like,
no.
no, you can't say that. You can't put that out
Well,
there.
he came up to
something.
me kind of yelling at me, like being like, there's two sides to every story, insinuating that there's David's side and Jeff's side. And I'm like, first of all, I feel like...
Let's hear the other one. Let's hear what the other one is.
And that's what I was saying back to him, essentially. But it's also just like, I felt like it was one of those things where Jeff wasn't there, and he felt like he could yell at me, and like, it made me really uncomfortable. Like, you know when like a man is like, like close to your face and like whatever, like I like wanted to cry. I was like uncomfortable. I called Jeff about it, and then we podcasted about it the next day, and then Todd went on to say like, Tana's a liar. And it's like, if I'm going to lie about someone, I'm going to lie about someone where it could like maybe benefit me at least. Like there's no, it's not I don't know how I know things like that. Like I just never have. I'm not that type of person. Like I might lie to an Uber driver. I might like embellish about an ex-boyfriend. I might, you know, that's
lie about the weatherman.
You are so fucking
on that.
Wait, so you were friends with them still? This is when you were still friends with them and you did that?
Not
Or you were
really.
just going to
I
parties?
think that naturally, just as Jeff and I got closer, I mean, David was the first to obviously distance, and then they all just kind of followed suit.
Because you were friends with him still.
Yeah, and just riding for him, not only just friends with him.
You're,
you know,
supporting.
like they see Mike Malak and they're nice to him and cool with him. I think that I was kind of very much like there with him for the surgeries and sitting on the podcast, being like, "This is fucked to watch," and I feel for you, and I feel like. It is
you're also outspoken about it, and Mike not so much. And also, you're just like someone people listen to, you know.
Yeah.
Not to say Mike is, I don't know, but I'm just saying you're outspoken.
Yeah. I'm like that. Like I stick with my friends, and I'm loyal. Obviously, like we've been in situations where like I ride for them too much, you know. So, like seeing other people collab, I guess that's the game. I guess that's YouTube. That's just what you have to do. Like you don't like doing that, really. I noticed you said on your episode that like. She said Jeff has people on that he doesn't even like, and he'll just like call them out on their bullshit.
Did I say that? Oh, I did say that about Fuzzy too.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I don't like that shit. Like I wouldn't have somebody in if or.
It's just more me personally because I just like I'm so far removed from everything. Like more for my mental health because I'm like I was mentally insane. So I think to like do stuff that's like not fake, but I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I guess I just I don't know. I don't judge
like
it.
negative,
like,
dramatic, like.
Yeah, I don't judge it at all. I just think. I don't know. I think I was so far out for 2 years. I kind of just stopped making like YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I'm not against it.
You don't have to play it like that. You don't have to be like not yourself, not genuine in those situations.
Yeah.
You just
But I
gotta
also don't
keep
think you need to do things like that. Like your brand is so much like you want to have on people you love and discuss fun things.
Yeah,
and, you know
definitely.
What I mean?
I would love to see you bring on an enemy and just go at it right here in these pink chairs.
But Trisha's reformed.
Yeah, because it's so. You know what it is? It's like. I feel like I would love to too. Like I love to like squash beefs because I really don't want anyone to be mad at me. Like the Jeffree Star situation. Like I genuinely felt bad. I was really trying to like bury the hatchet. Basically, I was like this whole thing where I was like, I don't remember. It was a long time ago, right? And obviously, I remember. And he got mad that you don't remember. You remember. And so then I got mad. I felt bad because I don't want anyone to have like bad feelings towards me. Obviously, people do. Like obviously, there's people who are gonna hate me forever. But even like I just don't want anyone to have bad feelings with me. But I'm not gonna sit here with like David and be like because there's just no agreeing.
I wouldn't say that fucking sociopath, but like. I don't know, maybe a lighter hearted one, like maybe you and Jojo Siwa talking, or no?
Yeah,
Jojo,
Jojo,
I don't know.
yes, but she's okay. She's kind of like you when you were 20. I feel so bad for her. Where
evolving.
Yes, where it's almost like I want to talk to her, but she's still 20 and she's still like so warped. Do you know what I mean? She still thinks Abby Lee's her friend and Colleen's a good person because she's still in that mentality of like, I say being groomed. You know, she was kind of with all these adults. And I got that vibe from you when you were so young that of course, you were okay with these jokes of, you know, Jason trying to kiss you when you're 18 because it's like, you're trying to be in this group and you think it's cool and like whatever, as I did too when I was 20.
Yeah.
And so with JoJo, I see it and I'm like, God, I want to talk to her, but she's still so young. And it's like, for her to be on here, I'm like, am I exploiting it more? Me personally, like, would I be exploiting it more trying to like help her if she doesn't see herself as a victim. I don't know. It's just like I get
I get what you're saying completely, and I feel like even at like 20, I would try to hold on to, you know, like her and Abby Lee or her and whatever, you know, like you just want to hold on to it and make it okay and be okay, and it's like I don't know what it was, but eventually as you get older, you're like fuck that, you know?
Like that's like not okay. Or even like your situation with like Shane, like the peeing on Shane or whatever. It's like you were so young, and not to say like I'm not saying like I'm not trying to victimize you either, because it's like you know, you loved him, whatever. But it's like there's something so like disturbing about it, and because I was also that person at like 17 and thought all this stuff was cool and okay, I was just like, I don't know. I think I just see it with certain like young girls, and like with you specifically, it really broke my heart. The whole threesome thing was just so like, it honestly disgusted me because the cameras weren't on. I was like pretending to sleep, and he's like, what can we do to have this threesome happen? Like, what can you do? It just go in there with him shirtless. And I was like, this is like a 20-year-old, and this man is like 45.
I remember that night. That was one of the last nights I ever went to that house, and it was like super, it was just like the energy felt super dark.
So dark.
Like it just like, you know, I like can remember that moment, and I like see it in like black and white. It was just, everything felt really dark. And then I ended up living in that house after. I lived in David's house for like 4 months.
Oh, you rented it afterwards, huh?
Yeah, when we were still friends.
God.
This is before you and I
This
were
has
close.
got to be haunted now.
And it was just kind of such an interesting thing to like, when I was living there, I was like remembering all these memories, and I was like, because I wanted to buy it for a second, and then I was like, no, I don't, you know.
It was a horrible house for what it was. I was just like, this is like no space, no pool. Like it just was not the vibe. But that was one of the last nights. That was like, I think that was like January 30th, and I went to a mental hospital February 5th. So that was the last night that I was kind of like exiled. And I said, don't ever do that again, whatever. They're like, yeah. 2 days later, it's you, Jason, David, Madison Beer, and a Tesla. And he's like,
nightmare blunt rotation.
He's like, why are you attracted to Tana? He's like, I love broken girls. And I was just like, and that's when I went off. I made the video. I was like, you guys are disgusting. I went off on these voice memos. He's like, Natalie said it was okay. I was like, oh my God. So that's when I went off and I lost my shit. I'm like, you guys are so disgusting. Like, how are you so disgusting and creepy? And that's when I was just like so sick to my stomach, and I was so over it. I was just like, these guys are the worst. And obviously my trauma is like nothing compared to yours. So when I saw your story and heard your thing, I was just like, how does he get away with it? And those girls too. Those girls that I was at that apartment and we left and all stuff like that. I was just like, how does he get away with this stuff over and over, specifically to girls? And I think when it happened to you, you're this guy now, you're like the bros with them, you have genuine friendships. And it was just so interesting to see like the turn, how they were all like so close. He's in your documentary, he's showing up to the hospital for you. And then like all of a sudden the turn.
Well, that's the Kool-Aid shit. You know, that's the Kool-Aid stuff, because like I was there that night when you got checked in, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was outside though, in the waiting room. I just heard what was going on. But
why?
But if they say, so if you're with your boys and they're like, oh, this person's crazy, you know, like they need to be banished or whatever, you just believe that at the time.
Is that
like
what they said that
I
night?
had to be, I needed to really see things for what it was. Like, I mean, I'm almost embarrassed of it looking back, like saying like, oh yeah, this didn't happen. But if you look at Dom and you listen to all the other girls that have allegations against him, like it's not a coincidence, you know?
He was so creepy.
Yeah.
Always.
Everyone. I mean, Briley Reed has talked about it, how she was like, you know, not wanting to do it, and they tried to push her.
Yeah, and all I said on the podcast, because he made an apology video where like he cried and stuff like that. It was like, I can't believe I'm not like going to discredit anybody, but like after I put out my thing, and then I put out mine, and I was like, yo, they knew about this shit. They knew about it the like week after, and we were never told. And we're putting those videos too. Our faces are in those videos. Like we're all, you know, a part of this now. And nobody told us.
Yeah.
So I brought Dom on my show. I had him on the barbershop show. If I would have known he was doing shit like that, you know, I would have absolutely never associated with him. Still to this day, I have friends that screw up. I cut them off. I don't associate with them. I don't care how funny they are, what they do for my videos. If you fuck up and you do some weird shit like that, I distance myself. You know? And I made a video saying like, yeah, I realized, you know, that you know they knew about this, and I don't like that. I don't fuck with that. Like that, you know. And now I'm gonna make my decision, you know, based off that. I'll probably take a step back. And then Natalie called me the next day. She's like, "David, sir, your video. He's not gonna like that. You fucking delusional.
God,
you are insane. You know, Jelaine.
Yes.
You know.
That's a whole other thing. My issue with Natalie. People are like, why do you hate her so much? I'm like, oh, she is. She's like rotten.
Yeah, I didn't
like
talk to any of them. When the documentary came up, I would get a call 10 times a day because they would want to come edit it. They want to come see the cut before it went out. You know, oh wait, we need this to line up with the case. Like if anything comes out, you know, like we need manipulation and like I can't wait. I'm telling you, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard Part 2. It's.
Do you think it'll go to trial?
I hope. I would love for it to, yeah.
Which is
yeah.
like usually like anyone who would do it for clout or whatever, which is not, you should get paid and compensated for your whatever, usually would just want a settlement. But the fact that you like want to go to have trial and have this all come out, like I think that says like a lot about your like story just in general.
Yeah,
because
I'm not gonna lie, it does piss me off when I see comments of people who don't know shit, but you can't let that really get to you. You know, like people will say stuff that I'll read and I'm like, fucking, I wish I could just come out right now. But
Yeah.
you know, you just got to eat it and wait for the time.
Patience. Well, yours is just such a crazy story. Like it to me is the most mind blowing when I was watching your documentary and you're there just with your eyes covered in the hospital and stuff like that. I'm just like, how? Like, how did this just like? It became like another like cancellation thing, and it was just like, that's it, we're over it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is such a serious thing. Like, affected your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then afterwards, like with the whole thing that you were talking about, like how did it go? Were you guys still friends and all that? Like, I didn't want to have to cut everyone off, you know, but he made it like that.
Yeah.
Like I had a barbershop episode planned with Oliver Tree, and he wanted Nick there. He wanted Jonah to be there for the episode. So I was like, you know, it shouldn't be an issue. You know, like this was after TMZ put it out that, you know, now we're fighting it out in court. And Jonah was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'll be there. Cool. And then I get a call back an hour later, and he's like, nah, Dave said I can't do it. And I was just like really hurt by that because I love that kid. You know, I love his family. I really looked at him as a real friend, you know, like he moved into my old apartment. We lived next door to each other. We would cook food together. If I was going through something, he'd bake me cookies, you know, like we had a real friendship. And to hear that, I was like, okay, that's how this game is. I just got to learn to take my emotions out of this and just find real people to hang out with and just fucking get over it. But you know, those are people, not just friends in real life. They're my content people. Like, I film with them. So now I got to rebuild everything. Do I even want to do social media anymore? Like,
It makes you not want to when you leave such a big dynamic like that. Because I got hate that whole year, just constant, like, one thing after the other for what? And I was with someone before that, you know what I mean? I was with Shane. I was with all these people. So I'm just like, why are people associating me with this, like, random, like, young kids that I, like, barely knew for, like, a year, you know? It was so weird.
Yeah. It is crazy that, like, your whole career, like, one thing like that can happen and, like, all that hate.
Yeah, it is crazy, but I've survived enough where I've like partnered up with people where it's like up and then down and up and down, and I'm just like, okay, like so I like Just Trish because I'm like, you know what? My last one went to shit too with Colleen. I'm just like, let me not collab with anyone anymore. It always just goes to shit.
Just Trish is such a flex because it's all you need.
Too.
Like, you know what? Just Trish is such, like, it's exactly what you need. You don't need a co-host.
Oh, thank you.
Can I ask just like a selfish question? Like, what would you and Colleen even have podcasted about? Like, what did you guys talk
Our
about?
C-section scars. I think that's all we talked about every episode, was just like giving birth. And I mean, it's like interesting, I guess, to a certain degree, but that's all we talked about every episode because you don't want to talk about like drama or stuff like that. But I was just like, okay, I don't know. Honestly, I was just like wanting to podcast again, and I kind of partnered with her because she had a podcast. So I was like, I didn't know how to get ad reads. I mean, now I figured it out, but I didn't know at the time. So I was like, maybe I'll partner with her, you know, and that's why we offered to build a set in our house, do all this stuff, you know, to make it work. Because I thought, oh, she'll get the ad reads. But then the end of the day, she's like, well, I don't want to like risk like losing my ad reads because you're problematic. And I was just like, okay. So we just didn't have ad reads, and I tried to get it for us. And then we got the deal.
Like,
and then all
you
this shit
weren't
happened.
keeping any part of her career alive. Like, that's so wild. Like, other than like 6-year-olds who like don't know.
Well, I just didn't know. I wasn't friends with her like that either. So I just didn't know clearly the severity. I just knew nothing about her. I never collabed with her as Miranda, like nothing. But I missed podcasting because, like, you know, I just didn't do anything for a couple of years.
And podcasting is great. It's so fun.
It's fun. I feel like it's like the new wave. I try to like ride these waves. Like vlogging was a big thing, but no one I love vlogging, but no one vlogs anymore.
Me too. I'll always like love it and just like want to vlog, but it's not the main driver
I just stopped.
anymore.
I'm like, no one's watching these. You know what I mean?
I watch them all.
You're one of my 10,000 viewers, which is fine. 10,000's a lot, honestly. I'll take it.
Just queen of the no edit. I was telling him in the car, like, just it's
really
iconic.
impressive how you can not edit and still crush it, and your videos will like take off. And you don't. It's just great. You don't have to try. You just fucking put the camera up and do it.
That's kind of my whole life. Yeah, not trying anything.
Just doing the damn thing.
Like your vlog, so you don't really have to put in like a lot of editing work.
I just watched your vlog in the car though, and I was like, damn, like I like fart and upload it, and like your vlog of us in New York was like a cinematic masterpiece.
So much.
And that's why I'm missing Dancing with the Stars, because we're sitting there editing. I should be out there, you know. That's why we're. You know, more drama shit. Should we get back into the juicy drama? When people talk about like the situation and they call it drama, like it's YouTube drama.
Well, yeah.
Like this shit ain't drama. And the grown men, like interviewers. I saw like Jason did an interview with a guy from Forbes, and he's like, "Yeah, I like how you stay out of the Jeff drama." Like, motherfucker, you call this shit drama?
Yeah, that's kind of. What did he say to it?
I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think people pick up on things like that like I do, you know? Get your shit together, Tom.
No, but it's definitely not not drama. Yours is definitely not drama. And that's what pisses me off too when people say, or like the Colleen stuff. It's like, that's not drama. Like there's people that are hurt by it.
It's just
you know
real
what I mean?
life shit, but your life is in the public, so people take it as like drama, which is so crazy to me.
Yeah, or they just look at it as like, because you're talking about it, like they're like, oh my God, Jeff won't shut up about it, you know? But it's like, this is something that like affected your like life. Like,
Yeah. That's another thing I try to avoid talking about it, but this podcast, obviously, we're gonna dive
You
right
should
into
never.
all of
I
it.
mean, this kind of thing you should never
That's how I
ever
feel.
stop
I'm
talking
always
about.
telling him that. I'm like, literally, like, you were just saying he's just about to get a surgery, or like a surgery opportunity came to him where he could have his full vision back, but it's 50% guaranteed that you
like
could
some
have.
Beverly Hills neuro optometrist, the guy's like a genius.
But it's 50-50.
And
Like, you lose all your vision in your eye, or you get it all back. And I was like trying to get him to talk about it.
So
He's like,
my-
I don't want to bring it up. I was
my
like,
whole face, like if you look, it's like dented in on this side. You know, you see, like if I look like that, you can notice that the eye's fucking off. So they're just supposed to push it forward. But when you're doing shit like that, like if you snip it, like, that optic nerve snips, then it's completely gone. Never comes back. You can never reattach that. You know. So that's why you can't like pop your eye out and put it back in ever. You know.
Because it's, yeah.
Once that's done, it's done. So
Your eye is crazy now that I'm looking at it.
maybe you could have like a cunty glass eye.
yeah, I was thinking about that. Like,
Oh, yeah. Is this your real eye? Is this your real eye?
yeah.
So you didn't like, not to like minimize it, like, oh, you didn't lose an eye, but like, did it,
No.
did it detach?
No. The retina detached in one surgery, but
But you were like, if this like triggers you, like tell me to stop talking about it, but you were like hanging like upside down at
Yeah.
the end of it.
no,
So
that
what-
don't trigger me. Yeah, I got like it like sliced into my leg, the rope, like that's scars from the rope.
What?
And
Were you just unconscious up there? Were you just like, you can't remember it?
I like to say no. That's like the bro-y answer. Like, nah, I didn't fucking even get knocked out by that crane. You know, but
Okay,
I was fucking out.
Oh my gosh.
I got KO'd for a second. Yeah, it was like a
What's the last thing you
TKO.
remember?
Yeah.
Screaming, no. What the fuck? Like screaming, like I'm gonna die.
Did you think you were
know?
gonna die?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, for that moment, yeah. And even after, like when I got out, I was like, holy shit, this eye's not working anymore. I was like, what the fuck, is that going to come back?
Oh my God.
And I was like walking over, and I remember saying to like Mariah, she just reminded me, Mariah's very sweet too. She always like had
She
my
is a
back.
sweetheart.
And she was like, I just said to her, I was like, oh, I got fucking rocked. I don't, it's just like saying stupid shit. But no, we got pulled over on the way to the hospital, and we got like the cops saw my face. There was just blood like leaking down, like a flap of skin hanging over. And he was like, just go.
Wait, you weren't in an ambulance on the way?
No, because we just had to go. They thought I was dead. I was like pale white.
Who was carrying you? Like, who carried you into the car?
I was like this, like you know.
God, that's crazy.
It is so crazy.
You don't know how bad this shit's gonna be. Like I was trying to swim up, and I was like, why can't I swim back up? I didn't realize that my leg was hooked in. You know, like, I was like, did I lose a limb? I was like, am I alive? And you know, like you just like you're playing all these thoughts in your head. You don't know what happened. You don't know how severe the damage was. You know.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked nothing like more severe happened. Like you didn't lose something because you like were like hanging there or you're like snapped. You think something
Yeah,
happened.
like that leg would have snapped off or something.
It'll always
They
just
could
blow
stitch
my
that
mind
back
that
on if the leg, or I don't know.
That's
Actually,
true, I guess. But did you like after that accident, were you just like trying to find God or find a reason or something? Like, well, how did you heal from like mentally? How do you heal from something like that? Like losing your looks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks, Trisha.
No, I mean that, like you're known for like your pretty
This
face.
figure, now you don't have it.
I'm not gonna lie,
But-
like I didn't know you well before, but do you feel like it kind of humbled you and like so, like you, I think you look the same. I think you look amazing, but I just mean like
Same. I wanted to say that too. That I didn't mean you're like ugly now. I'm just saying
but
like,
like pretty
you're
boy,
so-
like nothing had happened. Like it
Yeah,
gives
for
you
sure.
some grit. It humbles you a little.
Yeah. I needed it. Well, looks fade anyway. You know, it's inevitable. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna get old, and you're not gonna be good looking forever. So you better figure some shit out. You know.
David was so obsessed with you being good looking. He was
Yeah.
so upset. I remember when he first, because you came in like my last few months, and I remember you, me, and David by ourselves went to do a tree thing. Do you remember that?
I remember it. Yeah.
Like a Christmas tree. He's like, go jump through a Christmas tree, like wrapping, like the thing they wrap Christmas trees in. And they had like Jeff go, it was the most bizarre thing.
So let's
It
go
was-
back to this disfigured face, though. That was just such a funny question because I've never like you two are just real and raw, and I love that. I love that about you two. Like you'll say some shit like that. Nobody
Yeah.
else will say that. You know.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
love-
so about your disfigured face, how do you like heal from it? Are you just like, okay, I'm not gonna be that hot young guy anymore. I'm just gonna be a little cool. Like I have a story to
it
tell.
fucking ate me up for a while. I was like, now I can't even be funny. I can't ever do shit again. I can't put a camera in my face. I was like
It fucks
insecure
with your
about
identity and confidence. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it
You're
still
known as
does.
this-
It still does. I have bad eye days where like I just got to record a brand deal and I can't do it. I'll have days
Can you
where
see
like
how many fingers I have?
yeah. I could see
It does get scary sometimes.
could-
though. We'll be like driving
this
in the
eye's-
car and
this
he'll be like
eye's-
looking
this
in the
eye-
mirror.
You
and
drive?
I'm
You
like,
drive?
Yeah, I drive. This eye's perfect. This eye's good.
Okay.
So
Can you cover that one or no? Is that mean? Okay.
No, it's
How many
fine.
fingers?
Okay, now it's like it's blurred, but I can still tell.
You
I
can
still
tell?
Yeah, I can still tell.
I can't see it
If
all.
I go like
I'm
that,
blind,
if I go like that, I
I
can't
am.
see you from here.
Wait, what? You can't?
No,
How many fingers?
I just see like two of you.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's like so sad. Holy
But let's
cow.
talk about the
really,
disfigured face, because vision, nobody knows. Nobody could really tell that my
Yes.
vision's fucked
Right.
up.
They
you know?
kind of see a little something.
Yeah, but I did have a moment where I was like really bummed out. I was like just staying in my house, not talking to anybody. I didn't want to answer anybody. And then I was like, you know what? I got fucking money, you know? I'll just go to I went to Rodeo Drive. I went to all the shops like Saint Laurent, Gucci. I bought all these sick sunglasses. And that was like the step that like got me out of the house doing shit again. And I was like, I could film content with glasses on.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, all right, now I don't give a fuck. Because the story's out and everybody knows the deal, you know? But
Who were you going out there? Who were you going with at the time? Like, who was your friends at that
I
time?
went
that were,
myself to Rodeo just for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, because you had
I got
such.
sick, those green sunglasses that I was wearing in the dock.
How are you making money back then? Like, what you said you were making a lot
The
of money.
barbershop was always
So you were doing that simultaneously while you were in David's
always,
vlogs.
yeah.
You were smart
I was doing
that
it
way.
before I even met David.
Oh, you were? I didn't know that.
That's how they found me. They were like found me. Oh, the episode that you were in, the Taylor Holder one.
Really?
Because I really fucked with him, and there wasn't really anything like that on YouTube where I like purposely made people uncomfortable, and it was just like nonstop, like joke, and they were like, "Was that shit real?" Because we like fought. We had a boxing match in the video, and I was just like drilling him. We called Tana, and I made him confess his love for Tana.
Oh my gosh. Is this trolling or is this real?
It was mostly trolling. Yeah,
So you
I was
trolled,
I was
okay.
even
Complete trolling.
Tana.
I didn't know you at all.
But yeah, I know because
I
I,
didn't know
talked to
Jeff
you
at
in
all.
it, and I was like, "Damn, who was that?" You remember that?
Aw.
Did I say that?
I don't remember really.
Or maybe I was instigating, like, I don't know. It was kind of fucked up to you too. You got dragged into. You had like some crossfire. You got hit with in that joke. I apologize for that.
Aww.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people owe Tana an apology. Like, I know you're like
You're
such a
so
cool chick and
nice.
you're down for everything, but there's so many times I'm just like, can you not be so like using as a punching bag? Like, you're so smart, you made so much money, like who cares? But it's also like so sad sometimes.
I do think about that. Not in my life now, I guess. Like, you know, the last
Yeah.
like couple years. When I think about like my early days, there's a lot of people who owe me a fucking apology. But we talked about that. Olivia Rodrigo just released a song like all about that, like people needing to owe her an apology.
Wait,
and I was
really?
like, Queen, yeah, I'll send
And she's
you.
like 20. How? I mean, that's crazy.
But I was listening to that literally today. But we talked about that on our episode. Like the second I'm done with everything, I'm releasing a fuck you book.
Yeah,
and I
you
can't wait.
so need to.
Like, and everyone's just that'll be my apology to myself.
Yeah, how are you?
know?
How did you like mentally like stay sane through all this? Because I would have been like on crack if I were you and you. I would have been like doing.
I really didn't until I was like probably like 23. You know,
Yeah.
I'm really good at like pushing shit down and just keeping it pushing as well. But then I had like from 20 to 22, I was taking a lot of Xanax. Like I don't remember my reality show. I don't remember like all of that time
I
at
was
all.
doing Xanax too. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like
all
Xanax
are.
is definitely, yeah.
It's that drug. Like if you want to run
Klonopin.
from your life, you know, it's
Yeah.
it's scary. It's
You just
scary
kind of
as fuck
fade
to.
out.
Yeah, for sure. It's like it's a really scary thing. If you like don't want to live in your reality, you just take that. And don't
It's
remember
also like
anything, you know.
the non-scary drug. It's not like you're shooting it up or anything like that. You're kind of just like, let me just pop a pill. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and then
You
it
don't
got
really feel
super
like
bad.
a high.
Right.
You're just like
you're just
chilled
go
out.
numb. Yeah.
Yeah, once it got like super bad, I was like, okay, I have to stop this. And you know, I was taking so much Xanax and pills and all that shit.
I
And
saw a
then
video where it was like you super young. It was like Tana Mongeau drives.
Mongeau was crazy. It's literally Mojo.
Mojo drives
That's
car.
Did you say Mongeau?
He just
I like read it differently than I pronounce it. I don't know. When I read it out, it's like should be pronounced Mongeau. No, like French.
Yeah, people always do have
I
a.
want you to die right now.
If you got married, you could take Wittek.
I'm getting the,
vi-
crane
yeah.
and I'm not taking Wittek.
Would you? Would you take Wittek?
No, you have to stay Mojo.
Like maybe like a Kim Kardashian West
say it right?
situation.
You kind of
Mojo?
blend them together. Mojo.
Tana Mongeau.
Mongeau sounds dope. That sounds like expensive
Should
as
I
fuck.
just change it?
Mongeau.
Mojo.
I gave up maybe by 18 on the last name pronunciation. Like it's like someone banging their face on a keyboard. Like if people just and I've heard everything in the world.
You
know?
never wanted to change it? Because people
No, I was excited for it to be in a fake way Paul for a second because I was like, God, this is so nice. Like it's like Smith.
Tana Paul sounds dope.
No, that's basic.
No,
But
I'm
I would
so
think you're
kidding.
like one of them. Like you're the sister if you had that last
Ew,
name.
oh my God, I
yeah,
was
you
kidding.
do look like you could be related to them.
Those jokes are just so easy and low hanging fruit, and I always
know.
make them. And then after I make them, I give myself the ick because it's like, just don't make that fucking. It's like you with the crane joke, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's,
yeah. It's
or like a
low-hanging
TanaCon joke,
fruit.
like my low hanging fruit jokes. I give myself the ick.
God. You guys could do a con together. It could be like,
I would
Why don't
love
we
to.
do one together?
Con.
well,
Con.
oh my gosh, you're the
Ex-con.
con. Yeah.
Ex-con.
People,
Yeah.
they were obsessed with that in the vlog squad too. They were so obsessed with you being like in prison or jail or whatever you want to.
I've only been arrested for weed. You know?
I'm still
But they
obsessed with
acted-
that though.
It's
I love
legal
it.
now.
They acted like, oh my God, Jeff went to prison and all this stuff
Well,
like
I've
that.
been
And I was
arrested
like,
a lot of times for weed and a lot of weed. And every time I was arrested, it wasn't like possession. It was like 10, 20 pounds. But, you know, it was always just for money, you know. And,
Yeah.
and weed is a harmless drug. It just gets
legal
dangerous
now.
when there's a lot of money and a lot of cash involved. But I get arrested for weed.
yeah.
Fucking-
They made it seem like it was so like
Yeah.
intense
I'm a
and
murderer.
scary.
Well, I feel like that was the whole like character thing at the time. Like take the one thing and
Right,
make it their whole
accentuated.
personality. You
He
know,
was like the shiny new toy towards the end of 2018. Like, oh, it was all about Jeff. Like everyone was like obsessed with him, and we never talked. Like we just never ever talked. Like I would see you at things and like never ever talked. And I was like, God, they really like this guy.
I didn't really know all of that.
Now
I
I'm
really
just washed up and disfigured.
No, you're thriving. No, it's actually amazing. That's what I was going to ask you because, like, okay, so you were an influencer before David. You said you were like doing the barbershop before him.
Yeah, I always did the barbershop show. I kind of was always making videos around haircuts, even back in like 2012, like when Twitter started.
That's so great. So you were doing it on Twitter.
Yeah, but I would put like a song in the background. Like I wouldn't talk in it, but I was always making those barbershop videos because I always cut hair and I always wanted to like, you know, network and get new clients. And like I was cutting celebrities and I thought it was so cool because I moved from Staten Island and I was like able to do all these things. And now I'm with Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, like on tour.
Oh my gosh.
And I was cutting the Jersey Shore when the show blew up. And I'm like this 18-year-old kid.
How? How did you get that?
Just word of mouth.
So you'd be on Twitter and they like hit you up or something?
I met Big Sean that way. He was like, I'm in Miami, I need a barber. And people were just like, oh, this is the guy in Miami when you're in Miami Beach. Because everybody goes to Miami.
Yeah.
And when I got that job there, it was like, just everything took off for me.
You were 18?
That was like 19, 20 when I moved there.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
I didn't
amazing.
even have an ID to get in the clubs in Miami, but I was like working full time at that barber shop.
Wow, and then you did because you were on Jersey Shore too, right? Like a episode of it
Just
or something.
in the background, like cutting their hair. I had like one line, but
Wait, you
yeah.
did get a line?
He
That's
thinks he was the
everything.
main character, though he'll never live it down.
If I had a line, I would be the main character. I was background in Modern Family. I'm like, I was on the show, but if I had a line,
You've
I would
done
be the main
every
character.
show. You're on every
But
show.
that's what I feel like with you. If you're like on all these shows, because you were on another one too, Bad Girls Club.
Yeah.
I kind of like that you're on all these shows too, because that's how you had to like hustle
We're the
back
same.
in the day.
We're not so different, you and
right?
me.
That's what I'm thinking too, because back in the day, you thought this is my end. This is how I'm gonna like for whatever you needed to get
Yeah.
into. I thought I was gonna marry someone like a rich guy or something. I'm like, oh, I gotta get on this show. Maybe they'll see me. I don't know. I guess your motive was to cut hair or something, but that was the way to get seen back in the day.
Yeah.
Not to say you're my age. You're only 33. We'll get that noted. But
We're the same. That's it. We do have very similar.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I felt like you'd come here and have a realization that you guys would have more in common than you would think. And she's also just the queen.
I'm shook by it too because I don't love a straight guy. Like I'm surprised I even married a straight guy. Like I really thought I was gonna marry like a girl or something like that. Like I don't love straight bro energy.
Did you
Yeah.
actually think you were going to marry a girl?
Part of me did.
Yeah.
The sex part is,
Yeah.
I don't know. That was
Oh,
hard. Yeah, it's
No.
just not the same. Or it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I like a feminine energy type guy. You know what I mean? The bros are like you said, like ride or die. Like, why were
Yeah.
you going back to this? Why were you at the
That's how
hospital
I
that
am.
night?
That's how I.
Because I remember you said Jeff is coming, and I'm just like, why?
No, I waited out in the lobby.
But David was there, and I'm just like, why is everyone coming to this? Like, I
We were
literally.
just rolling
Yeah, like it's
together.
like a fucking.
We were just out.
But why don't you guys
shooting.
wait in the car?
I think it was gonna be a while. You know.
It definitely wasn't. They were there 10 minutes. Like, okay, bye.
I think you should
Yeah.
just like really just say he, like
I didn't know. We were
wanted
filming.
you there
We were
and
just
you were
driving
drinking
around
the Kool-Aid.
filming, and then
that's crazy. We were just driving around filming. It's like
Let me just
like,
stop
let's
by
get a
Cedar Sinai.
Starbucks. Let's park
you know
and
how
film.
it went.
Let's
We would
stop.
just go look for jokes and content.
Yeah,
That was
that's why I'm saying that's crazy.
Oh,
like,
that we went there.
Yeah.
But no, did he have his camera?
He did hold it. He wasn't recording it, but he did have it. So I knew you guys were, or I knew someone was filming. To me, you're like, I'm so high on everything. Like I didn't know. Like I was screaming my head off. They had to shoot me without a van because as soon as I saw David and Jason, I started like running. So I like took off the thing.
That sounds fun.
They
as fuck.
shackled me down because I was just like, and then David left because he like triggered the F out of me. And I think, who knows what that other guy did.
I would love to just go to like an expensive rehab for like a month.
I always say this.
What kind of rehab? Like a mental rehab or a
But
drug?
like a celebrity one, like the ones that they just go and the one Pete Davidson's in and out of all the time, like a Malibu, like you ride a horse. Like
they're expensive. Well, you guys can afford
there's
it.
definitely like ketamine in the pharmacy if you needed it.
Yes,
like, like it'd be so
yeah?
fun. It'd be so fun.
People get healed from those, definitely for sure. I went to like Alhambra. I was like this like free one they put you in, they force you in that one. And
Really?
I'm like, yeah, and I was like in there.
I was always so scared. Like there's so many times in my life where I needed rehab so bad and just didn't go because I was scared. No, I've never been.
You never
I've DIY'd it though. Like you get a little Airbnb far away and it's like DIY at home rehab.
Do you ever do therapy or anything?
Yeah, I've done like a lot of therapy, but I need to get back into
Not
it.
consistently.
Now we just do too many podcasts.
He thinks podcasts are therapy. I swear
They
to God,
kind of are.
They
I know.
are in a weird way.
I feel that way too. I'm like, this is my therapy right now, but no, it's obviously like.
That's how I feel with Brooke every week, like getting to just talk about like life.
Well, your
and-
guys' is very therapeutic because you're like friends and you guys just talk about stuff.
Yeah, like we were more cracking jokes about like the public and random shit and whatever. But Brooke and I all like kind of delve into like our dating lives and random like shit.
What happened to your guys' podcast, the Friends with Benefits? I think I like trademarked everything. I thought it was like going done.
Yeah, we were gonna ride that frenemies wave. And we're gonna take
Very
that.
opposite, but
Yeah.
no, that could have been huge. That could have been.
I think
so
that
big.
I was just going back into canceled and it like I thought I could take it all on at least. And you were the first one. I was still so down. You were like, Tana, listen, cancel's going to take up so much of your time and all this shit. Like, let's wait till the right time. And
We just
he was
said,
right.
We just said like let's get canceled going for you again because she was in like a shit deal before that. And that's what so many podcasters do. They think that they need to be in like an agency or you need some sort of like scumbag producer or something. But you could just do it like this. Look at Moses. You got your husband he's not going to fuck you over, He's not going to rob you.
That's so true. And he did. The reason why Canceled came back so amazing and so fluently, I fully accredit to Jeff. He like gave me his whole team and I work with them.
Really?
Yeah, like all the people who produce Canceled, like even the ones you met are his team essentially or
Well,
adjacent
that's
to
the
his
thing,
team.
like you don't need somebody like taking all your money and then paying you out for it. Just
and
get
just
it going
your
yourself.
friends, like the fact that they're my friends and they care about the show and care about me, and it's great.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So your production team. So you guys were just like, okay, we'll do Friends with Benefits like a different time. Or it's
Yeah,
gone.
Well, just like
essentially.
how I said she pulled me out, like got me shooting again. Like I didn't know if I was going to continue doing it. Like I also owe her for getting me going again on the podcast because I who knows, I'm gonna stop doing that shit. I'm motivated by like competition or revenge. I'm very petty. So like
That's two different things: competition and revenge.
Well, both of those.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very petty. So like when I see people wanting to banish me and like oh, that guy's crazy, fuck him, let him fall out. It motivates me more to do more. Like I want to fucking make it more now.
Was that their MO for you when all that happened? Was that you were crazy, or what was the way they pit
It's
people
MO
against
for
you?
everybody that it gets banished, and some people deserved it, but look at us.
I was a crazy one, so
Yeah.
But I think that it's like you need to give yourself more credit.
It was valid because you did get pushed into that. Like it's not like
Exactly.
you
Like,
just went crazy
more
on your
credit
own.
for people making
you know
you
how many
crazy.
nights
Like,
I
that's-
wanted to go back and drink? Like I really thought about it because I stopped drinking right before I like started hanging out with everybody, which was crazy because so much of their content was getting drunk and partying, and I had to adapt to that new lifestyle. And I was like ready to fucking blow it all. I was like, what's the point of even not drinking? I got half a face, Let me just fucking. But no, I saw David in Vegas like 6 months ago or like 4 months ago. That's the thing. I see my memory. Like I know
4.
it was around. Was it around like 4?
Like
yeah.
4.
So I just got pissed off seeing him around at parties. Like after hearing what the courts are saying, like they just try to dismiss shit and just fucking call you batshit crazy. So I was like, yo, if you're gonna be out here doing that, you can't do that. Like pick one or the other. It's either gonna stay in hiding and make those lies and accusations, or don't come out to parties that I'm at. Like I was clearly there, and
it was
now
like
we're
an
crossing
influencer event,
paths.
or what? How did?
Yeah, it was like a Vegas, like just I was there with Mike and a bunch of people. So I pull him aside. Let's just have a talk. Like it's probably you're not supposed to do that, but I don't give a fuck. I got nothing to hide. So he was like, I know why you're talking about me. You want me to respond, and I was like, I'm talking about myself and
Yeah,
shit
it's
I'm
your
living
story.
with, you narcissist fuck. You think I'm talking about you to get a response? You think I'm talking about you to get a response? Yeah, do
He
respond.
said that?
Respond. Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah.
Oh.
They think they're higher, like above people because you can't talk about
I
shit.
was like literally
You're just not talking about
engaged.
because you got shit to hide. You know you'll get caught up in a lie. That's why you're not talking.
So did he end up paying for all your hospital bills?
That's gonna be fun when we get to that in trial.
Because Natalie said yes, they did, and he said yes, they did, and you were like, no,
I can't wait
my
to
credit
expose
sucks.
Natalie's lies. She's next level, like crazy shit. That's something I want to avoid because it's a big part of the case.
Yeah, she's scary.
But yeah, the truth will come out.
Is in your because you said your credit like tanked, you couldn't buy a house or something like that.
It did affect my credit. Yeah, it wasn't like it completely crushed my credit. I was able to fix it. I'm coming back. But yeah, it did fuck up my credit. It was annoying, you know. But there's something to that I really can't get into. And I know it sounds like I'm trying to not talk about it, but it's like a heavy piece of evidence that is a big part of why the case is going on. And
No,
stuff.
save it because you're doing such a smart thing. Like, just so many people are either they usually can't afford it, and people going against someone like David who has so much money, like that's why people don't sue.
Yeah, it's scary as fuck to sue someone like that.
I can't sue anyone
it
because I'm
costs
just
so
like
much because I have such a strong case because it's all out there. You know, it's on video and. The lawyers will take it pro bono if they believe in you. So
is yours?
Yeah, they just take a cut.
Oh, amazing. That's amazing.
A big cut, but it's at least I don't have to.
It's millions of dollars.
Because they could honestly, he's got me there. He could keep spending money and get the best lawyers and just drag me out, but not in this case because these guys are like the whole firm is backing me up because.
That makes me so happy because that's what I was worried about. Because every time that happens, if you sue someone with more money, they do it just so you like go broke. Like it'll just happen. Like the people will always, and someone like David will just like drain you for sure. He'll just keep it going for a long time. So you just can't afford it anymore.
It's stressful. Like I have to talk to the lawyers a lot, but I'd rather be doing what I'm doing than having to pay and just keep paying and push it.
Oh, for sure.
It'll probably get pushed years.
Oh my God! Wait, really? So what? Like. Realistically, like how long can you push? You can't just keep dismissing things and stuff like that. You have to like eventually go to trial, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh my gosh.
We can show up and be in the jury and wear like cute matching blazers.
That's crazy. Wait, I don't think we can be in the jury.
Not the jury. What's the other thing?
Be in the jury. Yeah,
Could you imagine? We're like, do you have any bias against him? We're like, no idea who he is. like in the audience. Well, I don't know what it's called either. Is it the audience?
What is it? What is the term?
the audience.
The audience of it. That I would go. I would go to your trial for sure. Oh my God.
We would look so.
Didn't he hire Johnny Depp's like lawyers or something?
No. He's got some fucking guy that he's like a big shot, but also he's also got his allegations on him too. Like I can't wait for that. I want to represent myself in there.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
don't do that. Just have
I would
some.
get
Bundy over here.
back to frenemies.
Yeah. You go in there and be like, I'm the same way. I'm always like, I really would want to, but.
The deposition and shit, like when you're in those rooms and they ask you all those questions, like I can't wait for them to dig and try to get me to fucking like make me uncomfortable and stuff because I'm already ready. I have a response for everything,
Yeah.
Like I play this out every day. A lot of these people try to put it behind them and act like it never happened, but I can't. No.
That kind of thing you can't. Like my stuff, okay, it's a bad breakup, whatever, like put it behind, but like this is like something that you just can't, like you're physically, like every day can't see. Like you're paying all these hospital bills, like all this stuff's happening. Mm-hmm. Also the trauma, also the way people look at you, your reputation, all that stuff like that. I don't think is as bad as it could have been. Like you really could have been like tanked, and luckily there's so many people that just like see the truth and they're just like, oh shit. Like, and that's the first time it happened with David, by the way. You're like the first one where people just started looking like, oh wait, what about this, this, and this? Because like you came out with your story and people were like, oh, maybe he is like kind of a shit person, So I think that was good. I think that was like a big thing.
I owe you a big thank you for that. I mean it when I say that. Like actually, you had my back. You opened my eyes. You opened my eye.
Well, I know. I felt like it's just one of those things where you're just like, how can he just keep getting away with this? And this was such a big thing. And it was kept under wraps for how long? Like 6 or 7 months, right?
Probably a good year, yeah.
A year, because it was like June of 2020.
Yeah.
And it was like, you came on in like February 2021, so it was like a long time.
June
and I was
25th.
Like, I'm like, if this gets swept under the rug, like it's crazy. And like I said, maybe it was like more selfish too, because I was like, this needs to be like exposed. This is like crazy, but.
Yeah. I was just never trying to be like a guy that's like on Tosh.0 for one of those videos, and that's like the last thing. Like imagine I did really quit after that, and that's just the last thing I'm remembered for,
Yeah, so good thing you didn't quit.
Yeah.
Would you take back anything like besides the excavator and thing? But like, would you take back like anything differently, like meeting David, like being in his vlogs, or you're like,
You know, if you would have asked me this back then, I would have probably said like I'll take back going onto your as a show back then. But no, I needed that more than ever now. I could really look back and see that. Like I always bring up that line, like eventually terrible memories turn into great ones, or like just bad things turn to good things.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you don't see it at the time when you're going through it. But now looking back, like that was actually, I thought it was the worst thing ever, and it was the best thing for me to do. And yeah, like I would take back the fucking accident, obviously.
Yeah.
But also, if that didn't happen, then maybe I'd still be there, and I wouldn't be happy with myself now.
or something worse happens, or someone else? Because like even remember Nick when Nick did the motorcycle thing? Were you there? Were you in that
Nah.
group? He did this like motorcycle thing, and the motorcycle like he literally like crashed his head into like cement or something like that. And I'm like everyone just like covered it up and like didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure it was Nick. I can't remember. I don't know the names that well, but it's just crazy.
Yeah,
how it
that
turned.
like life. That's just not a sustainable lifestyle. Something was bound to happen.
And it stopped. I mean, they really did stop after that. So in a way, it was like, thank God, you know what I mean? Because it's just like we're unstoppable for so long.
Yeah.
And I always think the same thing. I'm like, thank
And
God. I was
imagine
like,
it had been Corinna. I like always think about that because it was Corinna on the excavator first.
right.
But she probably would have died.
Which is crazy. Like, why would they like let her? Not to say like not to be misogynistic, but it's like, why would you let this girl like on an excavator when like, I guess they think of you as like this like daredevil stunt guy. He went to prison or whatever. But like Corinna, like
Corinna
what?
was on it for, yeah, I know.
And it was fine.
She'd be dead. If that happened to her, she'd be dead. It's because she's a smaller girl. It would have
Yeah.
crushed her skull. And, you know, it's just funny. Like, I don't watch any of their shit. Like, I have them all muted, you know? Like, I don't
You
see
didn't
it, but-
unfollow?
Oh, I unfollowed, but like other people. Like, I don't want to unfollow certain people because they didn't do nothing wrong to me. You know, like,
Well,
I
maybe
can't blame them for
right.
sticking with, like, you know, they don't believe in themselves. I can't be mad at people because they don't have self-confidence to think that they could do shit on their own.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Jason, he gave me a lot of opportunity. He would put me on stage, like, go open for me and all that stuff. Like, I'll forever be grateful for that. But you still don't even believe in yourself enough to try and do shit on your own. You think you need this guy, and you'll stick with him even though you
a
know
sad
that he
life.
did a lot of wrong shit, you know? And he
Yeah.
wronged you. He literally quit your show. If I don't give a fuck if you know, you're not making money. You got played, bro.
Yeah.
And you're literally
No.
just sitting there, like, taking all that. So, you know, I don't like to talk about the other guys because they didn't really do anything wrong to me. They just stuck by him, and he made it that you needed to pick a side. So,
They go where the money goes. I feel like that's a lot of people too.
but now the shit's all dried up. He ain't paying nobody. He's doing fucking Snapchats. Is that worth it for your career to try to be in the background of somebody's Snapchat?
and he's
It's like,
not generous. It's not he's paying people to like be in his
no,
Snapchats
fuck no.
and
That's
stuff
what
like
I'm
that.
saying. Like, you want to call me an employee? All right, cool. You know?
That's so weird. He called you that. It's like, where was my paycheck? Where's my
Yeah,
W-2?
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
Well, going on a happier note then, what is coming up for you that you're just like excited about, besides, like something that has nothing to do with your eye injury? You're not doing the podcast anymore. You're not getting married. Like, what's something that you're like excited about right now that you're like?
Thank you. That just crushed me.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the wedding, but
Do you know
Yeah.
what Mari told me that he like was so sad he can't be here to hear you say shit like that? Like, he was imitating
I love
you.
Amari.
He
So,
was
like,
imitating you, like,
you're
it
never
was
gonna
spot
find a
on.
wife or kid, have a family. You know,
Because she says it, she'll say it so like kind, and it's so kind. I'm just obsessed with her.
Well, I'm trying to end it positively. Like, you have hope.
yo, I'm only 33. I'm not ready for a relationship.
Well, 34 in a couple months.
I'm joking anyway. It's a meme. I should be in a relationship.
Oh.
The barbershop show's steaming along nicely. We did another show, a partnership with Hims, where they bought a season, and they want, you know, I'll continue that partnership with them. It's a massive partnership. They're a huge company, and
What happened to Axe Body Spray? Are they done with you?
I've been sponsored by a lot of those Old Spices.
Old Spice. But you remember they like dropped you or something, right?
After the accident, yeah, because I couldn't get the content out in time because my face was all smashed up. Which I like. There was a lot of other stuff that happened between them, and I took things like that personal, which I probably shouldn't have. But yeah, then we had like a little beef. Or I was like, Old Spice gives you lice, and then that caught on because it was such a funny saying,
I
and
live
then
for
everybody
Old
started
Spice.
running with that.
Gives you lice.
I
It's
like an Old
crazy.
Spice fragrance.
They had good prices and stuff like that, but I
all
have
good.
the
Sponsored by Old Spice today.
no, I have the product brand. Our shit's way better, and
Oh yeah, you have the Jeff. You gave it to Moses. That
I
was so
gave
nice
Moses
of you.
the pomade. It's my favorite product that we have. It was our first one that we put out. It's yeah, I love
a
that
pomade.
one.
That's what we need because I'm like, you need to slick something. You need something with his hair, you know.
Yeah. So we're launching a hair oil next week, like a healthy hair oil. I'll send you a nice package.
This is actually good packaging. You did this yourself. This is so hard to start a brand, like that. Like
A lot of money, yeah.
amazing.
It costs a lot of money, but I believe in it, and that's what I always wanted to do. Like before YouTube, before anything. So when I finally got in a position to, I could just sell this shit online.
Ooh, it smells good. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So that's something that's going on in the show and the him show and podcast is great, you know?
The podcast is still going strong because you said you might not do it.
No, I didn't. I at the time, I was like, should I just fucking say, fuck all this shit, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it's doing great now. I love it. We're,
Just Trish water.
even now, like, I'm like, I just lost the studio and I'm doing better than ever. Like, I feel better than ever. I feel free. I want to move to New York. I want to
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh,
I
is
wanna do
that
it.
tea? Can we say that you guys are moving to New York? That you're getting an apartment together?
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
god.
roommates.
Well, I don't know if
they
we'll get
were
an apartment
roommates.
together. We're like looking. We're talking about that.
Oh, you want to
know?
get it together? I thought you were going to get it
She
together.
wants to move in this really nice building. It's like super bougie. I want to get a place in Soho because I want to open a barbershop in Soho, and I want to have like a flagship shop there. There's a lot of stuff that
That's your man, you know? He's like trying to make a living for
Your
you guys,
husband.
and you're like,
What is that lame?
making
Is
faces.
haircuts lame?
No, I just want the bougie apartment.
Where's the bougie apartment at?
It's in the Lower East Side. It's actually not in a bougie area. It's just a bougie apartment. I'm obsessed with it.
It's like in the middle of the projects, and there's just one 80-story building.
That's everything, though. Yeah, because
For the price, it's everything because you get this nice ass building because of the area. It's
Because
like,
you see on TikTok people in like a room this big, you know? So it's like if you have a big bougie thing in New York, that means you're like made it for sure.
Yeah.
You guys should get the bougie one.
Yeah,
I want
guess
you to
you're
be
right.
happy.
Yeah, you're right.
I want you to be happy.
I'll be
Get your
happy
little
there. They got a
Soho
cold
crack
plunge in the
house.
building. You know,
Oh my
that
gosh.
bougie one. I already
Cold-
checked it out. Cold plunge in the building.
kind
I'll
of
be in. I'll be
everything.
in that shit all day long, just sitting in it like a hot tub.
They say you should start your day with a cold plunge.
Mm-hmm.
I was at
I
Megan
just could
Trainer's house,
never.
she had a
I would be
cold
so
plunge.
angry.
Wait, why? They
don't
said
know.
it's supposed to refresh you.
I'm like a cat, like a black cat. Like the idea of starting my day like underwater sounds A, miserable, and B, it's so cold.
yeah, I like the idea of trying it.
That's why I would never be your type.
No, but our opposites attract, or the yin and the yang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you just have so much like love and like respect for each other. And I feel like that's just not around in hetero couples these days. You know what I mean? Like the respect is never there. I mean, the way
Hetero
I'm telling you to circle back at the beginning, the way he texted, like say the words you said again. You were just like, yeah, I really like found the one in her or something.
Trisha is our
That's-
ultimate
no,
shipper.
that
That's
is-
not what you
My
said.
phone. You
that's
said
like
not what she said.
that's like the
I found someone
two
special.
truths, one lie thing. You know, like
which one is lying today? We have like 3
no,
liars.
you were like, I love you guys together, and I was like, yeah, she's incredible.
There it is,
I'm
yeah.
so lucky that I found her.
I'm so lucky that I found her.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
We're besties, I
Done.
swear to God.
No,
But
it's
I
not.
appreciate the ultimate. She's the ultimate. We don't have a ship name. Teff
Hetero
shipper.
couple.
Teff is cute. I love Teff.
That's our podcast name. Fuck friends with benefits. Hetero couple.
Oh my
That's what we're
god,
gonna call it.
yes. That's like not annoying, you know? I feel there's so many hetero couples podcasts that are so annoying. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
we're over it. Because I like I don't know, the chemistry of it all. You guys are going to New York together. I just think it's so cute. Would you do an artificial baby or would you try to go the way, the vaginal way?
Artificial as hell.
You would do this.
Or not at all. Maybe we'll
Maybe
find
through
love
like
with
a
Implanting.
glory hole. You know, if it was like through.
No,
a
that's,
hole.
Ew.
you can't do that. That's a mouth.
Then we won't even. Oh, it's
You
for the
can't get
mouth.
pregnant in the mouth.
Maybe some
You
sort
put
of
a
like
vagina up to a glory hole. That's a thing.
Wait, so you just don't want to look at her, but you would put it in?
Well, we
No,
would-
I have a saying here too. I swear to God.
what if that scars us?
I-
Like we can't podcast anymore. We can't make eye contact ever again. Now I already feel like it happened. Like we
I-
can't make eye contact. 'Cause
Sincerely, yeah, no, there's no. The thought of fucking
She
you
took care of
terrifies
you,
me.
though. She was there for your surgeries. No one else was up there with you. You know what I mean? Like
Mike was
that's-
there. Kyle was there. Oscar was there. You know,
Not
everybody
the
was there. My whole crew
No,
was there.
I swear, we are
I have a lot of
actually
good-
besties, and I
yeah.
love it. I like really do think if we like tried anything else, we'd kill each other. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're very different as much as we are very alike, and I think our friendship is awesome.
What's
And
your sign's a Gemini?
Cancer?
Oh, you're end of June?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are.
I don't. Sagittarius. I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
you're
know.
December. You're December. Your
Yeah.
Christmas baby. Okay, that kind of makes sense though, because you're actually really sensitive. Like
Does
cancers are
it?
really
So-
sensitive and emotional.
So it is. I mean, it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's in
gonna
the
happen.
stars. Oh my gosh.
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
You're a
A
Taurus.
little bull. You know what I mean?
Taurus men suck, right?
Taurus men suck. Yes. Taurus women.
What are you, Moses?
Scorpio.
Okay.
Scorpio.
Which is crazy.
Is that January?
October.
Oh, okay.
It's Halloween.
Halloween.
You
When?
don't do astrology. You're not an astrology person.
No.
I'm not at all.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know much. You'd think I would be, because I love some delusional shit.
A little delulu,
I
yeah.
remember being so in love at one point, and like people would say my signs were so compatible with this person. I'd be like, oh, it's in the stars, but like no.
Oh, I feel like the stars do align. Like there's I'm very like spiritual now, so I feel
believe
very...
in like the universe and like shit like that. You know what I mean? And synchronicity and all that. I've just never gotten into astrology. Unless I want to have sex with a girl, I'll pretend. So that she wants to
They're
fuck
really
me.
into that shit. They're like, oh yeah, I'm really into that. But the universe wants everyone to win, including you. I feel like the universe, you may think, has dealt you a lot of like, what do they call them?
No,
Elves,
I'm not
but-
looking for sympathy. Like I genuinely feel good. Like all this shit, I'm most
That's
happy.
what I was gonna say.
I'm most happy when I'm uncomfortable. Like right now with all this shit, like I have no house and I'm happier than ever.
No, but I feel like you've always been like that, like through everything. Because did you lose your dog, Nerf?
Yeah.
And you were so
That hurt.
like,
that was my boy. That hurt. But
I know, and it's like at that time because that was after the accident, right? That was, and so you're just going through one bad thing after one bad, and then you said, "Oh, my studio's flooded." I was just like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
this guy
I can't
catch a
look
break."
at that scene where I'm like crying when I lost the vision when the retina detached, and I walk out of the room and I was genuinely over everything. Like I was like, "Fuck, my fucking life's over." So if you lose your vision, it's really fucking bad. Like they'll do surveys where they're like, "Would you rather wake up dead," which I know that's not a real thing, or wake up blind? You know. And most people just say dead, just like kill me, you know? So I know it was just one side, but at the time I was like, this is gonna fucking fuck up everything. And then I walked out and he followed me out, my boy, you know? Nerf, he followed me out. And he was blind himself at that time, but he just went off senses and where he followed me out. Yeah, but that
That's like
really
a
hurt.
sign.
But we gave him a real nice memorial. Like we gave him a skydiver's funeral where we went up in a hot air balloon and we spread his ashes. And it was sunrise, so it looked like he beamed right into heaven. And then we jumped out after because I have my skydive license from that, you know?
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into this. I mean, we were supposed to wrap it up here, but I just have to ask you real quick.
We're doing another show after.
Oh, that's right. But what was the skydiving era? Like what you were doing it?
Yeah. So David was doing that big comeback video, and he had like different things. Like this could be your thing. Like if you want to do the skydiving part, and the there was like another fucking slingshot thing or something. And I was like, you know what? I hate heights. I'll do that because I want to get over that fear. Like I want to push myself. And then
Wasn't there a point though where everyone had to get their license and they were like jumping out of a plane for David every day, but he was just like at home?
Yeah,
He
that was
never
us.
jumped out?
No, I mean he did after because I was like, yo, it'll mean a lot to me if you like experience this skydiving, like almost
After your
dying.
accident?
Yeah, because you feel like you're almost gonna die. You know, jumping out of a plane, you have
After
that.
the accident?
Wait.
After the accident, yeah. I did say that's what I wanted, but really I wanted it not to be blamed on me on a podcast so your whole audience like attempted to fucking put it on me.
Did you plan on just cutting the parachute?
No. I just wanted him to like go through some shit, you know? But it didn't really work like that.
Should have had him like get jumped.
He had like two
That's
guys.
a joke, don't
They
sue
had
me.
like a bunch of guys jump with him. Like normally you just get one instructor. He had like three and they were like all holding him and making sure. Like give him the real treatment, you know? Let him just fucking fly out of that shit by himself.
You never skydive, have you?
No, heck no. Oh my god, like I would have a heart attack just like thinking about
I
it.
would have
Like,
to take so much Xanax that it would defeat the purpose. I wouldn't remember.
oh my god, if
it.
you take Xanax, you'll probably just like not know to like land. Don't you have to land with your feet or something?
You gotta land where your feet,
Oh
yeah.
heck no, that part scares me. Like people break their legs and stuff, and I just would be like. Also, I
Yeah.
feel like there's a weight limit to falling out of a plane. Like I feel like you just go faster if you are heavier. You just like fall down quicker.
No way.
Yeah, I
well,
think
yeah,
so.
there is, but you're not over
Gravity.
No, you're not over that.
I'm just saying. That's how it works.
motherfucking goes.
If you push yourself out of a plane and push me out of a plane, I'm gonna fall faster. I'm gonna go to the ground harder than you
No,
are.
my friend's 250 pounds. Yeah, he'll
How tall?
he's like 6'2".
Okay, so he's big. I'm 250 and I'm 5'3", so I'm gonna hit harder.
No. He like he would he would
No.
You're not 250 pounds.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. Not too far off. Yeah, 240.
Well, he just like I don't know. He's just like an awkward shaped guy. And one time he
We should
jumped
do it,
out,
Trish.
and one time he jumped out of the plane, and his parachute hit the door, so it like opened right in the plane. He's just such a klutz.
Oh, that's my biggest fear. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because he's bigger people
because he's
are
a
just
big guy. Yeah,
I mean, I'm
It's not-
klutzy too. That would
I'm
happen
so
to me.
clumsy. That would.
But imagine like your parachute gets caught in the plane, and like you're just getting yanked by this
Oh.
thing.
Wait, so I'm so confused. His big comeback video was like a jackass style thing where everyone has to do something crazy.
Yeah, it never came out because he almost killed a guy.
You.
know? Yeah.
Yes.
Tag
Yeah.
yourself. You're
Yeah.
the
Oh
guy.
my god, Dan, and you weren't a part of this.
No, I like honestly way before the accident. We just kind of I stopped being in the vlogs. I don't know. I remember at one point too. He like would say like, I don't want to film with you as much because of like he didn't like the Paul brothers, and that was like a whole thing. And then we just kind of like went our separate ways anyways.
Funny. That was funny.
That's
like,
so weird. Yeah, he never did. I remember I went
don't do
over.
impulsive. Like, nah, like no vlogs.
Oh yeah,
impulsive.
That was the
and
rule.
now I'm a fucking
it
third
really?
host. I'm like,
Wait, is that real? I thought it was done. I thought it was over.
No, I'll just pop in when they ask me to, which is like once a month.
You should be
know?
the third host. Their third host is always awful. I do like the impulsive boys. Their third hosts always suck.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do the guest episodes. Like if it's just Mike and Logan, I'll do those all day.
Yeah,
but to have another show that I got to research a guest for, and then I'm gonna look like a dumbass because I'm like not trying.
I always say that with guests. It's always hard when there's like there are three, and I was on Impulsive once, and it was just like there's three people talking to you. Like it's just too hard. Like I want to talk to like one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's interesting. That would be good. Maybe you can revive that show for them if you're on it. I'd watch it more.
Thanks.
I'm not no shade again. I love them, but
No, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I see a lot of it. They're like,
oh my god! So I forgot about the skydiving. There's so much. Oh my god! There's
well,
so
let's
much
do
more.
another. Like,
yes.
can we take a 10-minute intermission?
Yeah. What are you guys gonna do in 10 minutes?
TikToks.
Oh, okay.
Drink some water. What are you thinking?
I don't know.
In the 10 minutes? You want to just like...
I want to stretch.
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
We're going to come
My
back, do
hamstring
Jeff
hurts.
FM. I'm homeless right now. Thank you for giving me a studio to film in.
Oh my god, I love it. I know I was trying to explain it to Moses, and I'm just like, oh, we're gonna switch. He's like, in the pink studio? And I was like, yeah, I think. I don't know.
It's all I got right now.
I love it. Where were you in the last one? Where were you guys in the last studio with like the
Oh,
New
we
York?
rent a place in New York. It's like a communal set that anybody could rent.
You
It's
guys are
nice.
so bougie. I love it.
Oh, you're so funny.
Oh
Look
my
at
god,
you.
you guys are just the bougie lifestyle.
We
That's
were
us.
literally in like the west wing of your house.
Oh my
like
god.
we entered through a separate
No, but you made this money not showing anything on OF. I had to do hardcore everything with everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
I was just doing the most and got the least.
You know, we have to talk. I want to talk to you all about OF off camera. Like,
when
I have so many questions.
When I
and
said we
things.
$10 million, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, just not showing it. I'm like, oh, so amazing.
People are stupid, dude.
No, you give
Like
you give.
people are dumb as fuck. Like the feet
No.
pics, I don't even know, dude.
I live for I'm subscribed, but
my
I have
God,
to pay
are
for
you?
everything. Everything isn't unlocked. And I'm
Also,
like, oh my god.
I'll just start sending it to you. You want?
I would love it. When he sent me the voice memos, I would love it.
Moses looks
If
over
you
your
want
phone. He's like, what
consensual-
the fuck is Tana sending you right now?
No, I love OF girls. Like I really do. I think they're
Me
great.
too.
But they're just so.
It's so fun.
I just love nudes and everything
Me
like
too.
that. Yeah.
More than
Sorry.
anything. We'll have
What
a
about
viewing party.
What about OF straight?
No, ew. Hate it. Want to throw
Yeah.
up. Like honestly, like I'm so turned off by every straight man. Like it's crazy. I don't
It's
know.
just like,
Same.
as a man, why are you doing that, you know?
Like just bro energy. When we started this interview and you're just like, yeah, you know, you got to be with the boys. I'm just like, "Bleh," right away, just no. Because I'm sorry, if a girl that I was close with did something, I'd be like, well, like let's have compassion.
Did I
Let's
say
not call
that?
it crazy.
What was I talking
You were
about?
talking about how like.
I thought I started off by thanking you for.
Well, maybe I do. I'm a little delulu. I get things mixed up too. No, but you did say something. Oh, I like this. What is this? I feel so young when I'm with Tana. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh my
She
God.
makes
don't. I
everything
feel the
young.
opposite.
Like
I
she'll
feel
be
the
like, Buffalo
opposite.
Wild Wings, Tana, you're so
Yeah,
young. Like,
'cause
it's
she just always
Buffalo
call-
Wild Wings. Like, I do this. Like,
It made me
this has been around
feel.
forever.
It made me feel because that was also David's spot. I'm like, oh my god, this feels like 2018, and we're with the cool kids. It felt fun. That one, I was tired though. I
That
was
was
dead.
such a fun night.
I was dead the rest of the time. Like this is like seriously my energy back up.
I know I
but-
loved it though. I loved it because I knew you like came out later for me. And so it
Oh
was
my
cute.
gosh, no, that was everything. I love you guys, and you guys are both sober now. So there's another match, right? You're still
Yeah,
dry.
I'm sober.
Just the
I'm pretty
weed
sober.
for me.
Well, it's legal.
Yeah,
That
weed
doesn't really
for me as
count.
well.
Oh my god, is that what the thing is that you always have?
No, that's just nicotine. I'm trying to quit that
Are
though.
you-
I have like
We got her on the
emphysema or
patch.
something.
Really? Are you?
I was gonna try the patch and then I never did. But
I called her a Vegas hooker.
Thank you.
Oh, that's cute. I used to love calling myself a hooker. I think
I
that's
always
so
call myself
cute.
a hooker. I love hooker. I call my fans
Or
hookers.
no, I called you a Vegas white woman. That's what I called
Yeah,
you.
you just really
Hooker's
amplified
better
that. But I was
than
gonna let you
Yeah,
go with your
but
lie
like
right
with
now.
the patch, it would just be funny because we were at Fashion Week and like she gets all decked out and then she has this patch on her arm. It would be so funny.
We
It's
gotta
so
talk about
Tana. It's
Fashion
just
Week
so on brand for her.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about that too on your podcast. Because like honestly, like why? How are you guys there? Why? How?
What do you mean? What?
I'm always shocked.
Such backhanded questions. Like, why the fuck would they invite you? We made them viral. We ate
No,
candy
you
out
did.
there.
Also, yes. What? Okay, this is also confusing to me because I saw you guys like front row like eating candy, and I'm just like, how did that happen?
I
know
told you
it's-
I eat candy. That's my whole diet is just candy.
Were you guys sponsored by like the candy?
No, I fucking
No.
went.
It was Sour
I
Patch.
wish.
They're just
Yeah,
boring.
sour
People don't talk
straws,
about
sour
that
straws.
enough. Like the fashion shows are fucking. It can
Wait,
get
why do
boring.
you go?
It can get. I mean, everyone goes. All the influencers and shit for kind of like the exposure and you know to like. And it is fun. Like all the parties and events and stuff at Fashion Week. All the other stuff is super fun and everyone comes out, so it's fun. You know know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the fashion, if you're going to a bunch of fashion shows, eventually it's like you're just sitting there like, okay.
You're not into the fashion.
But
Like,
you were right. That question
depends.
was a good one. Like, why the fuck were you guys there? And
it's so random for you to be there.
I love it. I mean,
Like-
I live for it. Like, no,
Yeah.
truly, I don't know how people are there. I mean that sincerely because I've never been invited to anything in my life, like a red carpet, nothing. I'm like, how do you go to these things? Is it a manager? Is it a PR
My
person?
stylist
Like,
helps with a lot of that, I guess, kind
Oh,
of.
you're
But
so connected.
even just friends, like doing
we're
different stuff.
fashionable
And
creators.
I think it's fun to
but
bring him
not
to
you.
shit.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you don't talk about fashion, do you?
What are you talking about?
No,
I
literally.
feel like I know I don't have no bedazzles on me or anything like that, but I feel like I'm doing it right.
I don't know.
Hairstyle.
No, the hair's not even
Yeah.
there. You're a barber, but we can't see your hair.
It'll be on my next on my show.
We'll take the
I'll do
caps
a
off
hair
for Jeff
reveal.
FM. I'm excited to be on it. I don't know if your audience is going to vibe with me. When you said to do a pod swap, I'm
Deal
like,
with it.
They're gonna.
Deal with it. Because you know what?
They're going to. If they like me, they're gonna like
no,
you.
that's not true. Because like, bro, people like they don't. They're like, Trisha's so annoying.
So
I see
skip this one. I mean, whatever. I
No,
bring
what?
Tana on all the time, and they didn't like her at first, but now they love her.
Oh,
Did they
well,
not? Wow, I didn't even know that.
well,
Did you make that up again?
I
You're
think
lying a lot today.
they're just very like careful and like protective of me, like finding new friends because I've had such a bad
I
history.
love his audience though.
Really?
I actually really do, and I'm
Can I
not
ask
I
just
you
got
saying
something?
that.
lucky.
demographic? What's the demographic,
It's
Tina?
50-50 men and women. It's down the middle.
And it's a lot more like sane people. Like I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Like your comments are very like sane in comparison to like my
just like
comments.
supportive,
Positive?
Yeah, positive. I get a lot of positivity. I'm
Like
lucky.
normal.
Oh my god, yeah, that's amazing because especially coming out of this situation, like I feel like I still get hate for stuff that happened like 15 years ago, literally.
If we do like clout chasing shit, like we'll get some hate for that. But at the end of the day, it's a business. Like we're trying to keep the lights on here.
I feel you.
Even if it's like a little clout play or like a lot. I hate even using these words. I'm cringing already. I know you're about to say something. You're so old. You're so old. I'm so old.
well, I'm older than you, so I'm like way old.
Barely. Okay.
Not in my head. I don't know what the
Year and a
difference
half.
is.
Yeah. So
I get it. Well, I feel like this is genuine because we actually knew each other. Well, we know each other. We're
Yeah.
friends. But we knew each other at one point for like a few days.
Mm-hmm.
I would see you here and there.
Yeah.
But I think we're good now. You know what? I never did care for you too much back then, but I think now it's, we're good.
Okay.
I think that's why the Starbucks episode, I was like, Jeff, because I was just like, you never talk to me. When people don't acknowledge me, I get so mad. I mean,
Me too. I
that's
do too.
why I did it.
Because I
That's-
think they
that's
hate
why
me
I
and
did
I
it.
build this whole
no,
narrative.
before the Starbucks thing, you always ignored me. When I was still in the friend group, like Christmas parties and stuff, you just never talk to me. You'd always it's a boy thing. Boys like to talk to boys, and people call me bitter or whatever. But I'm like, it's just like common
It is.
courtesy.
I agree. It's a boy thing, and I am the same
Nah,
way that
it
if
was-
someone doesn't talk to me, I automatically think they hate
That
me.
shit
whether
was
they do or don't.
premeditated.
Because
But I'll tell you about
in the group,
that.
in the when we were
In Starbucks.
well, okay, that was you were just being a little bitch, but
No,
that's a little thing.
see, I viewed it as
loved
like
it.
I viewed. This is what I wanted
Okay,
for mine,
well,
but
we can go to yours.
let's save it for mine.
Okay,
That's the
this-
one thing I had in my notes. I was like, I want the
Juicy-
Starbucks story. You
Okay,
get all the.
I know. I'm sorry.
crane,
Well,
all
I
that.
have 5,000 more things to say, so we can talk about
All
it on
right,
yours.
perfect.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, you
Intermission,
guys.
TikTok.
I'm excited.
TikTok. Did you do TikTok?
She does them.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck.
I never see. I love how you do them too. You guys just film something and then you put something over the
Oh
head.
yeah.
That's
I mean, you can't see it
everything.
anyway, so it's like, you know what I mean? I might as well.
He doesn't know. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be on
Bye,
Jeff
girls
FM.
and gays. Next
Thank you.
episode, Trisha's going to talk about all the girls and the gays things.
That's all we care about.
Thank you for having me always.
Thank
Just
you for-
to be here.
thank
I don't
you
know if
for
I
being-
served a purpose here at all today, by the way,
Are
but
you
thank you.
kidding
I
me,
just love
Tana?
to be.
Like the whole name.
Come every week. Yeah. Oh my God.
I
no.
will come every week.
I'm shook. I'm shook how much people love you. Okay.
I love you.
I love you.